Good evening, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mythic Showdown Season 2. And obviously, it is presented by none other than the War Drum Games. And of course, right now, we're going to be going back into the Wildcard stage, the last stage before we kick into the brutal Swiss stage that is ahead of us, that is going to be starting on the 12th of November. So, we will right now finally see the last four teams joining the fray. And of course, few teams have already gotten the points. Let's see which ones will make it to the top. After all, literally on the screen you can see let the best win. So these are going to be the best of one series. Best of one are always brutal because there is no second chances. So let's see how it will figure out. Yesterday, Yama as well as I think Yellowstone, these teams were able to grab a few wins under them, and I think Yellowstone right now, if they win this one as well, they will basically have 3 wins immediately qualifying for the Swiss stage. So with it, let's see how it will go. And I think the first match. No, not sorry, the names are a little bit mixed up, but it will get fixed. Don't worry. But I think the first match was between Sleep Tight and Rayuga Esports. Anyways, being the voice of the game is going to be myself, Ray, and joining me is going to be my boy here, Lancaster. Oh my God, Jeff, homie, joining me. So welcome in. It's gonna be between, if I'm not wrong, Rayuga versus Sleep Tight, right? Or yeah. Anyways, well, the draft is almost done because we are seeing the band. So Jeff, how are you, homie? I know you must be a little bit exhausted, and but I'm really glad you're back again on the Mythic stage itself. So let's dive in, eh?
Yes, for sure. Why not, Ray? Because this thing, I was excited for the Mythic Showdown Season 2, especially after you guys recruited me. And look at this, I'm finally here after a long break, though, definitely. But yes, we are back now. And straight off the bat, though, Rayuga Esports and Sleep Tight, these two teams. I mean, I don't know much about Sleep Tight because these teams quite underrated at the moment, but yes, Rayuga Esports, I have heard about them a lot. They are in a lot of community events at the same time. So yes, these teams are going to be flexing off the gameplay really amazingly, and right off the bat, we can see the Gatot Kacha, Lancelot, and the CC being banned off, and from the side of Team Rayuga, it's going to be Granger, Grok, and Yushin already banned off. I mean, the nerf Yushin kind of mid because I mean though they haven't touched his damage, but still it's
Yeah.
quite not that favorable hero at the moment. But still, speaking about it though, it's going to be Sleep Tight instantly locking on the Hayabusa, a bold move in my opinion on towards the Haya first pick.
I think it's mainly because of the fact that it's one of the signature picks for Johan, who is their captain and their leader. So I guess they just want to respect him and give him his signature hero. And after all, this is a best of one series. There's no need for you to hold back the punches. So let's just wait out and see what Rayuga Esports will respond with. Of course, this is the Broken Walls map, so Lunox is going to be having a little bit better rotations because she doesn't have a dash. So for the heroes that don't have the dash, they really enjoy having the Broken Walls map to rotate around. And the heroes with the dash, they enjoy it even more because, of course, I feel like she's one of the right now strongest mid laners, which is the Kimi, basically a gold laner in disguise being played in the mid lane. Is going to get picked out from the hands of Sleep Tight. On the other hand, Rayuga Esports, they are just going to be picking up the Lunox just like I mentioned, but as well as the Kalia. So they have really good pick-off potential. But one thing that Kalia cannot give you is this frontliner. She's more squishier, but she does give you the more better heal. So let's just wait out. I'm still looking forward to the Minotaur though, because I think, but no, this is not the grass map. So it's really surprising they're going to be going with the Hilda pick over here.
I mean, that's true, though she is quite buff at the moment. She is not that stable when it comes towards the Broken Walls because a lot of people can just escape out of her grasp there. And speaking about it though, a combo is definitely coming from the side of Team Rayuga Esports. Just a pick up at the same time, a Lunox will be hopping in there. That's a really lethal combo at the same time. Just imagine you are up in the air and the chaos is instantly bursting out of your HP bar. That's not a good sign, and topping it off, we'll be seeing a Fredrin, the guy with the most chain stuns in the jungle area as well, and a definition of brutally punishing the junglers onto the assassin degree. So yes, with this it's going to be Hayabusa who will be punished as long as he does not get those snowballing items, and Kimi and a Hilda. Quite not the combo that we'll be seeing if it's a Hilda on towards the EXP side. Understandable, but on towards the roam, a Hilda definitely not a worthy pick against this type of comp on the hands of Rayuga Esports. But yes, With this, we'll be instantly jumping onto the second phase of the bans here with the side of Team Rayuga having their first priority. Let's see what is it going to be though, because it still leaves out the mystery. Though they have banned out the Granger, there's probably going to be a signature from the side of Team Sleep Tight, and there is a respect at the same time. But in my opinion, there's still a lot of heroes left open like a Lapu Lapu, but it's going to be the Ruby that will be picked up instead.
Yeah. So I'm just really curious that the Minotaur hasn't been picked up yet, because I feel like he's one of the best roamers right now. I mean, with the enhanced heal and you just combine it with the Flask of Oasis, he's just one of my co-casters, of course, Debbie. She said that he's basically the Sky Garden helmet right now, and I really wholeheartedly agree with it. So it is surprising the Minotaur was not picked, especially considering you can right now make good use of the broken walls as well, and you can just rotate, much better. So it is surprising they instead went in for the Hilda, which is, I feel like, is much better for the grass map, what dangerous grass map. So really surprising why they actually went in for the Hilda. Maybe I think they were maybe planning on, I am not getting it, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jeff. Like, what's this Hilda for? Because you see, Hilda's someone that likes to go flank, that likes to poke, that likes to target the back end. You have a Hayabusa. If anything, Rayuga Esports is the one that actually would like a Hilda, because they don't have someone that can go back line. So I'm a bit confused about the Hilda pick, I'm going to be honest with you. But say, let's be patient. Maybe they're cooking, the dish is not served yet. So let's just wait. And they're going to be banning out a lot of strong, side lanes. Obviously the Arlott. And, funny enough, Arlott, he did receive a damage nerf. But still, this dude hits like a truck. And I feel like that nerf wasn't enough. He's going to be needing another batch of nerfs coming in soon. And only then, I think he will move out of the tier. Like, at least SS tier. Because I think this dude, you can stretch him into gold, EXP.
Exactly.
And he'll still perform.
I mean, that's true, because Arlott, when you have Arlott in your team, that's basically like leaving your backliners being hunted down, even though you don't have a backline hunter on your opponent. Because with the Arlott, with a flicker and a final slash, he is a ruthless opponent on your side, because you don't want to be messing around with him, especially with the Vengeance. His spellvamp is way too deadly, and combining it with Oracle, I mean, most of the pro players, they go in for Arlott straight off completing with that, what do you call, Oracle after getting the Fury Hammer. So his spellvamp gets a lot lethal. At the same time, he is a lot tankier and a beefy guy. So you don't want to mess around with him. And a perfect counter for it, it's going to be the Esmeralda. But for some reason, Rayuga Esports, they decided to instantly lock on the Lapu Lapu, though they had the first pick, instead of going for the Esmeralda, and let the side of Team Sleep Tight have that favor on their hands and pick off the Esmeralda, which leaves out the pothole as well, because there will be a Herit. There will be someone who can actually deal out a lot of damage, and from the side of Rayuga, the only option they had was supposed to be Arlott, but it is going to be picked off on the gold lane, and that leaves out a question, because Ruby, she is banned off as well. And if they are planning to send off that Lapu Lapu on the gold lane, ooh, that's going to be a bad decision, because I had it. He has a chrono dashes as well as that Zaman Force to give him the infinite amount of chrono dashes, which can easily dodge the skills coming in from the Lapu Lapu. So that's not a good decision coming in from the side of Team Rayuga in terms of the draft here, but it's going to be the carry on the gold lane instead. Quite a brutal pick, but considering they have a Hilda, I don't know, man. But Ray, what do you think about these picks here?
Yesterday I actually, who was it with me? Oh yeah, it was Itami. We were discussing about Mera, right? No, it was, damn. Anyways, what is it? It was Sebastian. Not here in Hornbill. But yeah, I was discussing with him, because he was like, I've been away from, MOBA 5v5 for quite long. So how's the meta? Like, I told him the tank meta is coming back. So carry is going to show up sooner or later. So yeah, Rayuga Esports obviously took that word to the heart, and that's what they're going to be doing with. So I'm really glad that's happening, because, I mean, I like her. I mean, I used to dislike Carrie when she looked like this. I mean, when she got the new skins, when the Kenshin, yeah, when she got the Kenshin skin, yeah, suddenly my interest peaked over her. But anyways, the lineup is here. So many purifiers. What is that? 3 purifiers on Sleep Tight. They want to make sure that Ray, holy hell, why are you copying my name, doesn't get to use his, Tsunami Slam much more often. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Esmeralda with Purify, it doesn't work good for me. I really like the sprint, because you can flank, you can run, you can make really clutch escapes, because the sprint is feel like really synergizes with your first skill. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Sprint Esmeralda for the win any day of the week. On the other side, the Rayuga Esports have opted for all flickers. That means they're gonna go either aggro or they're gonna be retreating much faster. And that's the main thing. You see, Esmeralda on the flicker, sorry, Sprint would not care if you have a flicker because she would chase you, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I think
Yep.
the spell for Esmeralda, please guys, start using the Sprint. Other than that, nothing much to say. You did ask me about the lineup. Rayuga Esports, they have a standard lineup. That's what I'd say. They have a strong EXP learner that can flank, go back line. They have a roam, which is pick off. They have a mage that is single target burst, good for the Esmeralda and the Hilda. And they got a Fredrin, typical tank jungle and everything. But with it, ladies and gentlemen, we're into the land of dawn, and we'll witness this best of one series, Sleep Tight versus Rayuga Esports. And right now, today, let's see if Rayuga can get any points and get closer to qualifying for the Swiss stage. Myself, I am Ray, and I'm joined by Jeff over here. And let's see how this match unfolds. Of course, he's going to be your play-by-play, and I'm going to be your analytics, talking you about all the details and everything.
Yes, sir. As we are already in the land of Dawn, we can see a lot of aggressions being coming in. And talking about it, look into the emblems, though. We can see a lot of sprints, but it is going to be the bargain hunter onto a Skimmy, which is going to be giving her a lot of, what do we call it? Chances of just getting the items really quickly. But before that, though, the slam comes in from Ray already with the quad shadow. It's not going to be good for Chocolate Chan as he will be dropped really low already, but the Litho is still there. Let's see who the retry will be going on to, and it's going to be Chocolate Chan. But before that, the slam still comes in. Ray want to go in for EXP, but he sustains, and with that, Ray will be the one being dropped down by EXO. With the first blood falling on the hands, Chocolate Chan still goes in. Johan will be taken down, and that's what I'm talking about. Chocolate Chan on the Fredrin, a punisher for the jungler on the Assassin degrees, and that is what it is.
Yeah. And I'm the emblems. I was just noticing. I noticed both of the Kimi as well as the Harith went in for the bounty hunter, which is a good thing. But usually the Kimis like to go for that extra movement speed. But I think maybe going for the bounty hunter would help them to get that items faster. Rest of that, I think, rest of the members, I think most of them, I think Spicy went for a little bit of life. Sorry, Spellbomb was it? No, I think I might have mistaken because Vishal is right nearby him. So yeah. Anyways, the Festival of Blood will help most likely Vishal. Okay, level 4 reach for Chocolate Chan over there. Production work is just full on W because I don't think in any other tournament you would ever see a team getting that level 4, right? But anyways, you can clearly see this server is Mumbai. Rayuga Esports kind of have the upper hand because they're from Mumbai. So, oh wait, if I'm not wrong, both of these teams are from Mumbai, right? So they're kind of playing in their home turf.
There might be
And look
no
at that!
turf,
Look at
no.
that! This is the pause system of Mythic Showdown, guys. It's called Zawardo. You can see the troubleshooting issues. Yeah, usually you have a pause screen in front, right? You can't really see anything, but here we get everyone, doing that English or Spanish challenge. But anyways, we're back in. Look at the team fight.
Yup, we can already see Vishal being taken down by Joel with the quad channel and the shurikens, but before that, the brilliance will be there, but Chocolate Chan will be securing the turtle with the retribution of Priestal Strat already there. Ray wants to drop in, but he will be forced to be retreating off. EXO dropping really low, but 3 members on the side of Team Rayuga are already dead low on towards the dead area mark, but the side of Team Sleep Tight as well will be at the same position as of now, as Aizen still wants to go in for more because of the shield, but he will be picked off with that Tsunami Slam, might be punched out for now, and Vishal comes in for the securance of the kill, and Vishal will be the one taking down his own opponents on the lane, and with that we'll be seeing the turtle falling on the hands of Rayuga as well as 1 kill, making it a 2 for 2. But before that,
EXO
might be taking down the chaos comes in. Kevin Nature will be the one taking him down, and with that the brilliance as well comes in. Skull might be in danger as he is, and with that Ray will be making sure that Skull will be taken down inside that bush itself, and with that the side of Team Rayuga Esports are ahead of 1,100 gold. And wait,
Yeah.
first item priority straight off Sky Piercer though.
Yep. We're getting the item slots as well, guys. Welcome to MPL India. I'm just kidding, but look at that again, the Harriet.
Yup, we can also see Harriet in a bad position. Appraisal Strat comes in. Retribution might be coming in though, but Johan will be securing it. EXO gets the kill onto us. Vinatsa, and with that, Spicy in a bad position. Shadow kill comes in, but he will be disrupted instead. Quad Shadow still there, but will be surviving because Spicy is spicy as of now. And with that, Vishal will be forced to use up the raging slashes. Aizen does not want to let go, but the second skill finally comes in clutch for Vishal as he survives by not climbing, but dashing onto the other side of the wall. And with that, the side of Team Rayuga Esports will be making sure that their goal lead does not stay as leadable as it is.
Look at the level ranking though. Johan is so ahead right now of Chocolate Chan. He's behind Kevinator, which is the mid laner. Mid laners usually don't get the most EXP, but
Uh-uh.
Chocolate Chan right now really has to catch up soon.
Exactly.
And I've been seeing, okay, I really want to say this. Kaushik, shout out to you, man, because, he's been waiting for the shout out since day one. So thank you. Anyways, first item priority for the carry is immediately picked up at 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Look at Aizen also gets that enchanted talisman, but the turtle fight looks like it's going to be there. But Johan just got a hunter strike, but look at that turtle.
Oh, Turtle already goes on the hands of Chocolate Chan, and with that, the fight still continues with the Tsunami Slam, picking off none other than Shane. He might be taking down the head, but before that, Spicy will make sure the skull will die. Vishal comes in really late for the fight, but it's not enough for now because the Zaman Food is still that the Chrono Dash's Ray might be in trouble. The Shadow Kill disrupted because of the flicker as Vishal takes up the damage, and with that, the side of Team Rayuga gets another kill on their hands as well as the turtle once again. And with the turtle, they will be making sure that the goal lead still goes on their hands, but Ray will be first priority, making on towards that oracle for some reason.
I guess it's just for a little bit of sustenance. Usually they do go for, Flask of Oasis, but yeah. Anyways,
Not
damage
in
check and ranking, it's mostly going to be Skull because he's obviously being the roamer taking the most, and Ray is going to be second. The fun fact, since we both have same names, I'm like, why do you keep calling me? But oh, look at that, Harriet getting ganked over
Shane
here.
already been taken down. Yep, Shane already been taken down. We shall still comes in for the fight though, as the Shadow, Quad Shadow still comes in from Hayabusa, but not enough as Johan will be making sure that Chocolate Chan finally gets the punishment of his own, but Ray gets the pick off, but it's not enough as Rishal will be coming on towards the back line, making sure that Skull pays the price for that pick off itself, and with that, Ray might be in trouble because of Quad Shadow, but no, it's going to be Vishal making sure that there is a penalty for that Hayabusa as well. Aizen though making sure that Spicy will be taken down, though it should be carry on the upper hand, but not enough for now because Vishal will be coming in with a triple kill of his own, and the slam
Damn.
comes in. He might be in trouble. Chrono Dash is still making sure that he sustains a lot. Vishal will be taken down by Aizen. The shield was the disadvantage for Lapu Lapu, and with that he still survives. Ray in a bad position, 3v1 scenario as Aizen takes him down his own grave, and with that the side out team Sleep Tight are making a comeback.
Yeah, the fact that that triple kill, I honestly thought it was gonna, give the full-on advantage to Rayuga Esports and make it a little bit of a snowball. But Esmeralda being that natural counter right there really showed there. But anyways, I'm gonna be focusing on the item builds. Lunox over here has the Sky Beside. That was the first item, but she has also been taken down. So 0 stacks, not going to be that helpful. On the other hand, most of the members have more gold, but Johan has been catching up, so really good for them. Warwick's already secured for a Lapu Lapu, but okay, a lot of people want shout out. Holy hell. Okay, Daki, shout out to you, and Ryuk, shout out to you as well. But anyways, with it, the score is 7-9, but look at the turtle fight. They're really contending for it.
Oh. Yup, Chocolate Chan already in bad position, but with that, Brilliance will be already there from Kevin either. But before that, Chocolate Chan still manages to secure the turtle with the retribution of his peak, and with that, Aizen will be forced to retreat back as Lunox survives with the lowest HP. But still, though, Johan will be on towards the top of the leaderboard with the jungle with the EXP of his own. But before that, the pickup still comes in from Ray on towards Ezo as the Tsunami Slam. Make sure the slam will be really heavy. Chocolate Chan, though, being capped, being in a sandwich position, but forcing X-Skull to be backing off as there is still the first tier and the second tier on the hands of Rayuga Esports bot lane. But with that, the top lane will be taken down from the side of Team Rayuga Esports instead, as the side of Team Sleep Type, they have a Aizen, and Spicy is the tank killer itself. She eats breakfast. She eats breakfast with the tanks,
Anyways, they're still gonna be going in. Look at that onto the top lane. They really want to take down, and they do. Aizen gets a shutdown over there. Glowing one secured for right now. Kevinator, and I think he's gonna be a Destructinator pretty soon. Look at Ray comes in.
Oh, Ray still want to go in, but it's going to be Purify as Curl will be forced to be tracking down, but the Flicker will be there, but not for long, as Spicy will make sure that the daggers will be there, the Blaze will be there, and it is going to be that for Skull. Like I mentioned though, Ezo as well as Skull, this combo does not work out, and that is exactly what is being showed up here. But before that though, the mid lane might be in danger, as it's going to be Shane who will be forced to be backing up, but before that the Quad Shadow comes in onto a Spicy, the Shadow Kill is there, the Flicker will be making sure, but with that the slam on the perfect timing, Johan will be forced to be backing off as Spicy survives. But no, there is still the dagger, there is still the blade that will make sure that Hayabusa will be taken down, even though he used up the Quad Shadow at the exact timing. But with that, Ray wants to slam in, not for now, as Ezo will be making sure that he will be getting the Sky Piercer of his own, and with that, it's going to be the side of Team Rayuga Esports just dominating with the 4k goal lead, and with that, Ray might be in danger. No, it's not going to be Ray, it's going to be Skull who will be in danger, as he was picked off straight on the 4 enemies on the hands of Team Rayuga Esports. Esports. And with that, it was just a cherry on top to be making sure that the right side of Team Rayuga Esports gets more and more snowballing on their side. And with that, the Lord is here, the 9-minute mark as well. But who is it going to be? Because there is no one from the side of Team Sleeptide to give out the vision, and it is going to be the Lord that will be secure from the side of Team Rayuga Esports.
Lord's gonna be slain out here by Chocolate Chan. Second item just came in for Johan right now, but you can clearly see the goal lead is around 3.9, almost 4,000. Lord advantage into the hands of Rayuga Esports, and they're gonna be going for the long lane. So if they can, sync up the but in the mid phase, a Purify gets used. But Hayabusa so aggressive. I think does he get punished? No,
he
I
does
think
not
they
get punished
retreat.
now, but wait, Aizen might be in danger. Oh, not for now though. Oh, both the teams are disciplined knowing that the Lord is coming. Yep, but before that though, we might be seeing the top lane second tier will be taking down the side of Team Rayuga Esports are making a flank. A textbook no rotation is there, but will it be enough though? Because the side of Team Sleeptide, they have Hilda who actually heals in the bushes, and the Broken Walls is coming in quite a favorable side on their own because Excalibur can just rotate. But before that though, he might be picked off for now, but not for long because the mid lane is there. The clash as well with the Land Shaker coming in from Vishal, but it's not enough as he is in a bad position. Someone forces the Chrono Dashes comes in, but he still survives. Aizen will be taken down by Navigator, as it's going to be the Skull who will be falling down. The double kill following on the hands of Team Kevin Eater, and with that the Wishing Lantern as well comes in, the Quad Shadow, but he will be picked off from the Tsunami Slam Zone. The perfect timing coming in from Ray though, as he will be punched down, and the Trinity finally completing on towards carry. That's going to be ruthless coming in from the side of Team Rayuga Esports, as they are following almost at the 6k goal lead.
Yeah, the fact that Spicy already has a Trinity build, while look at Kevinator right now, the carry 43.4k damage being dished out, and Skull has taken close to a 92,000 damage. There's basically, and the Wingman is of course right now 10 assists, but look at the bottom lane, they're going to be going in for the damage.
Yep, there's already a 5 of the Starfall now being cancelled out with the Brilliance, but it is going to be the Tsunami Slam catching on Shane down his grave as well. But before that, it's going to be the Appraiser's Wrath that is still coming on Sob though, but it's not enough as the Quad Shadow and the Shadow Kill will be there, but he will be picked off instead. That Ray though, he is doing a crazy job, but before that, Kevin Ada will be going in, making sure that Kimi will die, will be falling down, and it's going to be the follow-up coming in from Vishal as the Raging Slashes will be making sure that it is going to be the follow back from Skull as well as Aizen. Two beefy guys, two beefy ladies, but still forced to be backing up.
Look at the item builds. We just saw the Lord advantage, how much it created, because look at the 7,000 goal advantage into the hands of Rayuga Esports right now. And look at Spicy alone. He is on 8.4 thousand. When you compare it to Shane, that's almost 1,000 goal advantage. Shane's trying to catch up. He does get his Trinity, which is, of course, the Holy Crystal, the Feather of Heaven, and, of course, that Starlium's Scythe. But Kimi also gets the third item right now. We'll get a little bit of a shield right there. Will help her dodge a little bit of a surface damage that might be popping up on her face. Other than that, most of them are trying to get their items up as soon as possible because it's 12 minutes in. They're gonna be getting their level 15s pretty much soon because Chocolate Chan already close to in. Ray over here most likely gonna be going for a concealed play. Johan is gonna get picked up.
Oh, he does get picked up, but not for long though, because it is going to be the Quad Shadow saving his life, and with that, the Lord will be falling on the hands of Team Rayuga Esports. Chocolate Chan again manages to secure it. The Lord slain. The hopes as well from the side of Team Sleepside are coming at a slaying mark here.
Yeah, and right now the fact that Kimi, not Kimi, sorry, Carry, right now at the fourth item already, I think that is just spelling the disaster. Johan only right now got the third item, so basically Carry is right now ahead 2,000 goal lead of the jungler of the side of Sleeptide at this point of the game at 13 minutes. Chocolate Chan will right now reach the level 15. Lunox also basically completing the full build with the Wishing Lantern and the Divine Glyph as well. The Lords walking in the mid lane. Here comes the Lapalapa with the Bravest Fighter, most likely will engage in. Let's see if they can defend this. Look at that, Jeff.
Oh, we can already see the Lord will be making sure that the inhibitor will be taken out on the mid lane, but the fight still continues as Ezra will be forcing down with that. And with that, the mid lane will be exposed, but Slam still comes in. Johan coming in from the quad with the slide lane attack, but not enough as it's going to be Skull who will be slammed down instead. But Johan still manages to survive, and both the side will be coming back with no bodies dropped down. But the mid lane inhibitor will be exposed, but another engage might be coming in. Conceal already comes in, and with that, it's going to be the Brilliance and the Chaos combo, but Not enough damage coming in from Kevinator for now, but he will still be managing to
Whoa,
secure the
whoa,
kill
whoa,
on Sports Aizen.
Vishal!
Vishal still gets the kill on Sports Aizen, but he will be taken down himself as well. But the Purify is there, and it is going to be Ray who will be taken down by Exo, and he will be making sure that the double kill will be there. Oh, Kevinator though, he was taunting there, but he will be making sure that he will be taking down a lot of damage onto Shane, forcing him to be backing down. All the inhibitors already taken down, top lane exposed as well. But Skull as well as Spicy, though, a lot of damage is being dished down by Spicy. But Kevin either making sure that the Sky Piercer comes in clutch, manages to secure the double kill. But Shane will be taking down Chocolate Chan as well. But the Nexus exposed, and it will be taken down from the
Wiped
side of
out.
Team Rayuga exposed. Rayuga Esports take down this match on the hands pretty ruthlessly, and Sleep Tight will be forced to be sleeping forever.
Not forever, man. Damn. Just kidding. They're gonna be back for the next match. But anyways, really good domination. It felt a little bit equal into the early phase, but as soon as the game popped around into that, I would say around that 6 to 7 minute mark where we clearly saw the sides were shifting as the turtles were getting taken down over there. I think that's where we started to see the difference. And as soon as the carry got the Trinity build, it was kind of story over for them already. The Harriet was trying as much as possible with the Zaman Force, but he only got of course, the Holy Crystal quite late, around 12-minute mark. Chocolate Chan was already level 15, while Johan was only level 14 at that point. Around that EXP difference, as well as the fact that Ray, not me, the roamer for Rayuga Esports, he kept on target locking into Johan non-stop, back-to-back, back and forth again and again. It really made it hard, and that's one of the things, because you criticized the Hayabusa pick. I told you that's a signature one. Yeah, it is true that despite being a signature, it was just the fact that a pickoff doesn't work. But anyways, guys, this is why you provide pictures. You could have looked like Kyrie or some and you could have your face here. Kevinator, if you qualify for the Swiss stage, please give your photo. You could have Mew here, like look like something. But yeah, for now the players have not provided the pictures, but from the Swiss stage, don't worry about it. They're gonna be taking all those flashy mug shots. I'm just kidding. And they're going to be visible on your screen as well. But the MVP obviously goes to the hands of Kevinator. And here's obviously the statistics. 14 minutes game, 10 to 26 score. Rich Guy obviously being spicy. The carry being the most damage dealt, 67%. What is that? 67% on a freaking Lunox. God damn it. Like, to be fair, if he's not getting the MVP, I'm not sure who's going for that. Oh wait, not 67%. I just got it. There's a K missing. 67,000. Yep, 67,000. My bad. Because if he dealt 67,000, I would be like, Kerry, what are you doing? Like, where is your damage? But yeah, the wingman goes to Ray as well. But of course, Sandbag over here will be the Hilda, and 148,000 damage dealt, taken. Almost half of it is dealt by the Kevinator on that Lunox, which is insane stuff, right? I think anybody who's going to be playing next against Rayuga Esports, you make sure that this Lunox doesn't show up, or else I think Kevinator will be, Kevinator reminds me of Doofenshmirtz, which is obviously he names all his machines as Innator. He will be the Destructinator. So yeah, make sure you do not give the Lunox to his hand, at least, because it came in early, it came in with confidence, and it really worked out well. And with it, that is the match, guys, here. And I think we also got the result screen, right? Yeah, we already got the result screen. The MVP was, of course, the Lunox itself. And with it, I think we're going to be coming back to the Costa's desk, yes. And with it, ladies and gentlemen, we're right now, I think we're going to be taking a short little break, because make sure you don't go anywhere. We still have 5 more Best of 1 series left in for you. And today will be the last day where it will be decided who makes it to the Swiss stage. The last 4 teams from the wildcards. And from 12th, of course, we'll have the Swiss stage with the Mythic Leaderboard teams. If you're here for SATUL, 12th is the day. If you're here for RNTX, if you're here for Elusivity, the 3 times LAN qualifiers, or if you're here for the Sicket Shine, who have also won multiple LAN events, all of them will be from the Swiss stage. And to compete with them, these 4 teams will come out. So make sure you don't miss out on the action of who makes it to the Swiss. We'll be right back with the second game.
Peace out.
Mute. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the War Drum Games presenting Mythic Showdown Season 2. And of course, we just had a match between Rayuga Esports and you guessed it, it was sleep tight lineup, and they had to sleep tight for now at least because it looks like they could not win it out. And of course, because of that, right now it is all best of one series. Each team plays 3 times against each other, and if they get 3 wins, they directly qualify for the Swiss stage. Right now, Ryuga's trying to get another win in the bag, man. They did not win it yesterday, but let's see. They've won one today. If they can win another one tomorrow, maybe they will have a good chance. And with it, we're going to be going into the match between Rayuga Esports versus NTD, a team that has recently participated in the LAN event itself, and right now they're backed to have a chance here in the Mythic Showdown. Swiss stage will be happening from 12th of November, but with it, of course, they're not that close yet. They have lost the game against Yama, so they have to win this one. Both of these teams basically had one loss. Let's see if they can, either of them can win and get the point in their bag. With it, have you ever seen a tournament that shows the previous draft? Of course, because ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you into Mythic Showdown, where we'll see everything. Anyways, I know we shouldn't flex, we should be humble, but I will do it on this case because I just love the fact that War Drums has pushed the boundaries of production in India to the point that it can, I'm not even glazing, it can reach MPL levels. And huge shout out to War Drum Games, every person that is related that has given this production possible. I mean, if you have seen many tournaments, they have so many sponsors, so many partners, but here it's all War Drum Games. Thanks to so much, the whole team that is making this possible. But anyways, with it, we're in the draft phase. This is the Flying Cloud map. Of course, myself, I am Ray. I don't need any introductions at this point. I have too many stickers. But of course, the one who might need is, introduction is going to be my co-caster, Zivo, who's looking really good with that hair. I think it's been a while since she's appeared here, of course. So really nice hair there, Zivo. So welcome back to the Mythic Showdown. It's been a while since I've seen you in the caster desk, since we've been on the caster desk. So let's just dive into it, and you're gonna be my analyst, of course, and let's see what do you have to say about the draft that's coming in from both teams. One thing I can tell you is that Rayuga basically have 2 of their power picks that worked really well, which is the Lunox and the Kalia.
Okay, Ray, that's a lot of information to pass on through, but yes, it's been a long time since I've been on, War Drums, and of course, this is the Mythic Showdown. It's my first time casting here, and I think it's been a long time since we casted with each other as well, right? So, as you have said, the drafts are looking pretty fire, and we've already, we're already halfway through the whole game, and I'm looking at the picks. They're all really great. And not to mention, I like that we can see a Minotaur into our picture. He's a bit underrated. With the recent changes on him, I think people should be, having, people should be picking a Minotaur quite often. But oh my goodness, that is a bomb when we see, right? Into the jungle, hopefully, or is it XP? Is it gonna be XP?
Yeah, I will confirm that with you. I'm not sure if Balmond is allowed or not. If he's allowed, I think we'll continue with it. And if he's not allowed, maybe there might be... I'm not sure about it. But yeah, maybe he's allowed. But anyways, with it, Rayuga Esports, they have yet to pick up their... NTD, they have yet to... Yeah, they have yet to pick up their... Okay, they will go in for a CC gold lane, a Uranus EXP lane. Kimi obviously being that mid laner. So let's see how Rayuga Esports responded with it. They have still yet to pick up their gold laner, or this Lapu can be a gold lane of itself. This is the previous stuff. You can clearly see it has... The Kimi was repicked. The CC has been picked instead of the getting banned. And Lunox, I told you, right? Lunox, Lapu, and the Kalia has been repicked for the side of Team Rayuga Esports. So they have a lot of power picks over here.
Yep, I do like. I think last match these 3 picks were probably the one which were working out the most for them. So I think it's better to go to a safer side since they do need the point onto their hands as well. So of course it's better to just go for the comfort or just something that just works out really well for you. But NTD, I do hope they have something for the team comp that Rayuga Esports is going, because it's looking really great. They have Esmeralda onto their side as well. They have 3 solid rock tanks in front of them as the frontliners and 2 damage dealers as well. That is quite a really hard of a combo to pass through at in this current meta.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that they also get the Esmeralda, which is technically the counter for the Lapu Lapu, which is going to be happy, helping them a lot. But let's take a look at the spells here right now. It's obviously going to be 3 flickers for Rayuga Esports. Why everybody keeps on going for that freaking Purify on their Esmeralda? Please, it doesn't work. I really hate it. I am gonna be honest with you. I really hate it. Esmeralda, she's a runner. She's a sprinter. You put a goddamn sprint spell on her, guys, please. Because genuinely, she's a hero that is specializing on chasing, flanking, and running away at 1 HP, okay? And you can't run away if you don't have that Usain Bolt spell, man. Come on, you gotta go for that. But anyways, on the other side, 2 Vengeance is crazy work right here, considering there is no goal laner. So I'm not sure why is the Vengeance being prioritized here. On the other side, I think the Purify and the Kimi is warranted. Good spell. But yeah, I think CC should have also went in for the Purify because she can easily be picked off right now, Zero.
Yep, certainly. The Kalia is gonna be a big problem for CC as well. Especially she's usually in the front line and not as much as tanky as Minotaur and Uranus is also out there. So preventing yourself from getting kidnapped by Kalea is, I think, much better. And since she is gonna be the goal lane, the team is gonna be dependent on her quite a lot for a little bit of the damage as well. So hopefully we get to see. But the triple flicker picks, I mean, it's to escape that Minotaur and his Minion 1 Fury, right? Just to get away from all those AoE CCs out there.
Yeah. And with it, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the land of Dawn itself. This is, of course, the wildcard stage, the last push. This is the last day, ladies and gentlemen, before we get the final 4 teams that qualify for the Swiss stage to join in the fray of all the teams that are already there. You got Elusivity, you got SATUL, you got RNTX, you got Slick Shine, you got every team that is in the Mythic leaderboard. So if you're excited to see them, if you're excited to see who's facing them, this wildcard stage is for you. And with it, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a clash right there. Look at the damage coming in from the Kimi, and looks like this is going to be a bad news for most likely Rayuga Esports as the Balmon gets a kill right here. The 40% defense reduction on his first kill is definitely hitting really hard. Anyways, myself, Ray, and I'm joined by Zivo.
Yep, certainly quite an aggressive start from the side of Team NTD, knowing that Team Rayuga Esports, their early game is a bit slow and steady compared to us aside, so they would want to take that to their full advantage, and hopefully it works it out for them. And as long as they have the Kimi, they have the early game aggro quite well. Not to mention Hayabusa, he does need his level 4, but I do like that Blinded by Rage is getting a little bit of that upper hand onto the EXP lane as well. Looking
Anyways,
at the emblem priority.
Oh, a kill. Nintai gets second down, and Beast over here will get the level 4 first right now on the side of Team NTD. And yep, Emblem side. Kimi's going for a tenacity. That is interesting. That is the first time I've seen that Emblem set coming in from anyone. But yeah, Cavinator is going to be getting the kill. This is the Flying Cloud map, just like we mentioned before. Blinded by Rage will get the level 4 spike, but so does Cavinator. So when the mid lane is so ahead, look at that. Vishal also just got his level 4 as well. So most of the teammates from Rayuga Esports is already close to that level 4 mark. Goblin also gets that level 4, but look at that. Turtle Slain coming in into the hands of Chocolate-chan.
Of course, the little bit of the skirmish before the fight, before the turtle did prove, but Kevinator though, he just took the purple buff away from. Oh, we get a team fight the Ray.
Yeah, the team pick off immediately comes in, and they just know, you talked about the fact that the Minotaur is gonna be a trouble. They said, yep. You betcha, and they just keep on targeting him. He's not even level 4 yet, and he's gotten taken down twice. And if they keep on doing that, I think they're going to be really, really ahead. Look at Kevinator again. This guy MVP last match, and right now he's doing it again at 1.9 thousand goal advantage. Where is their goal laner? Ven is also close to the same mark, but it's really going to show because Lunox is not the goal laner, guys. She's the mid laner with the highest gold.
Yep, she is a mid laner, but for Lunox to be dealing all the damage, I think it's that was very much needed. And as long as Lunox has the damage, she should be able to melt down almost every single one of them, no matter if it's a tank, if it's the EXP or whoever is in her way. But I think Yvonne might be in danger. Still,
Yep.
okay. Still,
He might have been, yeah.
yeah, he might have been.
Look at Chocolate Chan. He's level 7. Like, god damn. Ninja is over here level 4. That is 3 level deficit. Kevinator already has the Sky Piercer as well. And I don't know why Minotaur, okay, Goblin gets the carry role because obviously he's dishing out the most damage. But look at Chocolate Chan gets that first item priority on that Hunter Strike. So the junglers already got a power spike. Lunox about to get it pretty soon. I mean, she has a Sky Piercer, which should be enough. But let's see. The turtle's going to be spawning in 10 seconds. The team fight will be starting. And I think Ninta is a little bit too squishy prioritizing that Flask of Oasis.
He does need that flask though, but Tsunami Slam.
Okay, Tsunami Slam popping in. Lunox dishes out the damage, but it looks like Ray better has to go back. But look at the Esmeralda. Spicy gets a kill. Vishal takes down the Goblin. And right now, looks like, oh, Spicy really wants to retreat. That's a very peculiar position, but still, they get it. Beast did have the ultimate, but he didn't really go for it. The rich guy goes into the hands of course, the gold laner for the Rayuga Esports, having that 500 advantage. And Goblin still has the carry role for dishing out the most damage. I mean, it's a Kimi, you know, but Ninja gets the sandbag for taking in, soaking the most damage. And right now he's getting taken down a lot. But look at the team fight coming in here. I think no, they felt like I thought they would come in, but they didn't.
I guess they want to play it on the safer side, since they do not want to give more snowball to the side of Rayuga Esports already, because they are down to 2,000 deficient in their position. So yeah, but still blinded by rage. Okay, he would still be safe. But overall, I do like that Rayuga Esports, they know when they are supposed to dish out that team fight right before the neutral objectives are out. And I think NTD, they should really start to do something, especially that Claire, when she is about to engage with Esmeralda, they kind of get caught off guard, and it's not looking great for the side every time a team fight starts on them.
Yeah. Anyways, mid lane, look at the third pressure popping in, and they're gonna be going in for the let's see. The mid lane turret actually survived right now, but oh, look at this Tsunami Slam popping in. The damage is going to be that flicker combo getting used. Uranus is going to be the main priority, but Attraction Pulse pulls in 3 people. And I think Chocolate Chan will get taken down right now, and so does with the next target, because it'll be Ray. And right now, looks like Rayuga Esports, you better watch out for all the damage that's getting soaked in. Okay, here comes the Esmeralda, but Lapu Lapu dishes out enough damage. Balmon comes in with the slash, but it's not going to be enough. Rayuga Esports takes a little bit of a back down, but from 2,000 gold deficit right now, NTD is making a little bit of a comeback. Look at that, only 600 difference right now, Zivo.
Need that gold on that CC is definitely working out a bit well for them. And as long as she is safe, she should be able to get the team a bit more advantage, as the frontliners are gonna be getting melted out by her yo-yo as well. As for now, I do think Rayuga Esports, their main priority would be to take the mid structure down, as it would help them with invading the jungle a bit more. But the thing is, same scenario around the turtle has happened twice already. NTD, would they still come in for the turtle? They can, but will they is a question. Although it does seem like they might have a chance this time though.
Yeah. Let's just see. This turtle, just like I mentioned, they might have a better chance considering they're lowering the gold deficit, and the Kimi is dishing out a lot of damage right now that Esmeralda is not able to soak up. She's going to be needing that defense item soon as possible. But once Goblin gets the Divine Glaive, it's also going to be a story end, but the mid lane turret will get taken down by Chocolate Chan, getting a little bit of that advantage over here. But the turtle comes in. Most likely Balmon's going to be going in. Let's see, Balmon is one of those heroes that is really good at securing, but here comes the Lapu Lapu minion. Fury being used up as well. Yep, Beast will get the turtle for his team. Traction Pulse getting used up as well, and the ultimate will be enough for Vishal to get taken down. And with it, Rayuga Esports right now has to make a firm retreat. But look at the Tsunami Slam. Chaos Assault getting used up as well. A lot of damage being dished out. Hayabusa coming in with the Ugi Shadow kill, but it's not enough to take down Yvan. Minotaur's heal right now just being an absolute clutch play. And oh my god, Balbon on a Sky Guardian first item, that is just insanity. They're still going to be going in, brawling it out on the mid lane phase. They're still going in strong, but they finally make a good defense. But at the same time, Balbon takes that golden opportunity. But
Oh,
again, another minion Fury coming in again. Lunox takes down the Kimi at the cost of her life, does get the glowing one, but it's not going to be enough as Ray also gets taken down. And right now the goal has shifted back into the favor of NTD. Full on extended team fight, a brawl situation completely. As right now, Hayabusa is trying to take down Event, but look at the damage from CC. Might be able to make a complete 180 play, and that's the power of a CC goal lane. And with it, Rayuga Esports are now in the back seat. Their tempo gone, their momentum, and their lead. What do they do?
honestly, I think after the first aerial, Rayuga Esports should have retreated. As you know, NTD they were trying to find an opportunity to have that upper hand, and they did because of Minotaur as well. He has started to give those heals, give get a little bit more tank here as well. They were not prioritizing him, but Tsunami Slam, Minon Fury once again though.
Okay, Minion Fury into the mid lane, but he's not going to be enough. Nintai gets taken down, and with it, okay, Ray over here will be fine, I think. But let's see. Kevinator does get taken down. Okay, two members already down from the side of Rayuga Esports. They are trying to defend the mid lane as much as possible because they want the macro. They do not want it to lose it, but look at the Lord popping in. It's going to be a really tough fight. Look at the gold ranking here, Zivo.
Yep. Honestly, they're just giving CZ more and more gold at this point. They're trying to force out a team fight that they would be losing most of the time, and I don't think that's a good idea anymore. Rather than just going out for a full-on brawl fight, I think it's better if they would wanna focus on their objectives as well, especially the turrets, since it would give them an upper hand as long as they have the map control in their hands as well. It's time for the Lord, and hopefully blinded by rage out there, gets caught off guard. Quite unfortunate, but then again, the team is divided into two. What half of them onto the top and half of them onto the bottom lane. Certainly different priorities, but I think the main priority right now would be to take that Lord. They do need the right moment, otherwise the lead that NTD has, it might just go back onto the side of Rayuga Esports.
Let's just see what will happen, eh? Because it does feel like NTD is still trying to maintain the lead, but right now Chocolate Chan going in for that 1-4 rotation, trying to get that macro, will most likely try to return back into this Lord pit as soon as possible, and his team needs him to. But let's see, looks like they're going to be backing off for a while, and not really exactly contest for it just yet, but let's see, since this is Mumbai server, Chocolate Chan is able to play the Hayabusa comfortably, but so far they had their domination, but they lost it. But okay, Asmala getting the dominance ice maybe might put a little bit of stop into the heal that's coming in from that Minion Fury's rage phase. Let's see, eh?
Yep, we gotta see. I do like that CC is going for more damage at this point because she does need that as well, right? And she got a brute force, so she should not be worrying much about the Hayabusa and the Lapu Lapu around, as well as she knows that she's gonna be the main carry as of now. Same with Kimi as well, but most of the damage are being dished out by Even on that CC, and I think as long as she's alive, she should be able to. But a lot of fights happening around here. Blinded by Rage once again, getting caught off guard. Not a really good position to be in. He has gotten picked off 2 times already. I get it that he needs to check around the bushes, but let's be a little bit more careful around that.
Anyways, with it, let's just see, eh? I think there's still gonna be. I mean, it's been quite tame so far. I get it. They got 1 kill on the Uranus, but after that, nothing much has happened. But Goblin getting that concentrated energy will provide them. But look at that, Chocolate Chan trying to make that backdoor play so far, and he's been almost successful to do so because the bot lane doesn't have the holy defenses anymore. But Radiant Armor is getting bought here by both Debalment and Blinded by Rage. So, it looks like it's going to be Let's see if they can sustain the damage coming in from the Lunox or not. But anyways, looks like the team fight is going to be starting in. Nintai finds an angle and window to go for. Esmeralda really stuck in here. And this is why you need the sprint. Gets taken down. And with it, the Lunox also coming in with a brilliance phase right now. Does she have the flicker? Here comes the Minion Fury. Knocks up 3 people. But Vishal comes in with the okay. Tsunami Slam coming in into the mid phase as well. Lunox with a Chaos Assault. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Nintai gets the kill. Chocolate Chan coming in. Trying to find the flank angle. Will he be able to get the kill here? Oh, look at the flask of voices, so much heal, it's not enough. Chocolate Chan instead is gonna get taken down by Yven, and with it the side of Rayuga Esports will have to go back as NTD takes the lead again into their hands. 13 kills, 1.3 thousand gold lead, and a free lord under their pocket, getting that lord advantage. Look at the items.
Certainly. Oh my goodness. Only 2 dominants. I do think they need, every single one of them, since the heal from Minotaur is just as too much, and they do need to sustain all those heals coming in. Otherwise, it's gonna be a full on never ending battle as long as a Minotaur is out there, and it's a little bit hard for Lunox to mark the tank as well, because if she goes on the front line, she's gonna be the one getting melted out. So a little bit of a problem unless Kalea goes around and does something with her Tsunami Slam altogether. But looking at itemizations, almost half of the items has been completed from the side of both the teams as well. I do like that they have bought Oracle and Dominance all together, which means that the heals are not gonna be much affecting much from Kalea as well. But out there, Ogisha kill.
Shadow Kill comes in into the bottom lane and takes down Goblin, which is going to be a little bit of a blunder, but is it a blunder when you're able to take down maybe the main culprit? But no, Chocolate Chan over here makes a swift retreat with the shadows and is going to be able to most likely recall before the Uranus can even reach him. Does he? Yep, he does at the last second. And with it, mid lane's gonna get him pressured. Chaos Hustle coming in. Is it gonna be enough of the damage? Because Minotaur is not there. But oh, the Flask of Voices is just too much clutch. They're still gonna be going in. Balmon coming in with the damage dealt as well. Oh, Tsunami Slam Flicker combo getting used up. Is it going to be enough for them to take it down? The sustain is a little bit too much. The burst isn't enough. Rayuga Esports are not able to shred to the sustain, to the heals that this Minotaur is providing. And this is why I've been telling it, man, this Minotaur is gonna be top priority ban coming in soon.
Not to mention the CC as well. The nerf has not affected her much, except for maybe one extra damage item rather than a defense item, just that. But paired with a good healer, she's still a lot viable in any of the lanes. Could be a really good flex pick, which Entity is taking full advantage of right now. The draft that is looking, even the Balmon as well, he has been able to dish out a lot of damage and finisher for them. But Minoan Fury once again.
Minion Fury popping in into that purple buff area, but here comes the Tsunami Slam. The threat is barely scraping it off right now. Chaos Assault coming in, and the Hayabusa really wants to take down the Kimi, but the Flask of Voice is coming in clutch again. Chocolate Chan makes the clutch play, and with it, Goblin gets taken down. He's really trying everything, but it's not going to be enough, and with it, he finally gets taken down. Goblin, a trade-off 1-for-1, but still not having the DPS right now. This is a time to go back. Despite the 3,700 goal lead, the side of NTD is not able to compare to the rage that's coming in from Rayuga Esports. Nintai gets taken down by Vishal, and with it, they finally take a little bit of a breather and they go back, but the Lord's coming in. Chocolate Chan will be back in a while, and I think this Lord might be into their favor. Lord spawned in. Minotaur's done with the 4 items. This is almost a 17-minute game right now. Most likely going to be going to the 18-minute mark. So let's see. Look at the damage taken though. Nintai close to 200,000, and it all comes from being an absolute sustained menace.
Yeah, on top of that, you get a lot of heals from him as well. So it's not just that you get all those sustains, you're just getting healed quite a lot. But once again, that is 4 people onto Blinded by Rage, getting caught off guard once again. Honestly, if I have to say that Minotaur is really broken as of now, you get a lot of that CC, durability, and also a lot of heals in their side. But it's the time of the Lord Dance, though, Ray.
Yeah, a lot of dance popping in, Traction Pulse coming in as well. Chocolate Chan makes a really good steal coming in. Lord Slain advantage going to be switching into the hands of Rayuga Esports, and we just saw the itemization coming in from the Kalia as well. So let's see, NTD right now, despite the dominance that they made right now, clutching in their seats, they're trying to do something, but it's not really working out. Goal lead though, still Even and Beast. Chocolate Chan's only rank 3, but look at him, he's jumping up to rank 2. Gold, sorry, not gold, item wise, look at that. So many oracles onto the side of team, NTD, giving them that sustenance. But on the other side, you get the dominance ISIS popping up left and right. Lunox basically done with the build, only one item left, most likely the Holy Crystal coming in. So it will most likely give her a little bit more of that finishing burst that they desperately needed right now, Zevo.
Yeah, after the Holy Crystal, it's going to be hurting quite a lot for the side of Team NTD. So they kind of need to do something about the Lunox as well. But there's, no one to really go onto the backline and mark her, as they're all, quite teamfight dependent as well. If one of them just goes, it's going to be quite of a game changer for their side. So they kind of need to work on their game plan as of now as to who they want to prioritize targeting. Otherwise it's going to be quite hard for them. But yes, map control back in the back to the side of Rayuga, is there's not much goal difference, which there's not significantly. Rayuga Esports, they have been able to recover all the economy that was lost up to them. NTD down to getting dominated by the side of Rayuga Esports. I mean, as long as they do not make a mistake, this game might just stretch to quite a lot, because the amount of remaining structures are almost the same around. All they just need to do is find a right target. CC, on the other hand, she did not have a single death as well. Lord advantage this time. It's going to be quite bigger, quite huge. But Nintai, look at that, wasn't trying to look for an engage. Still, just a poke around. Just a poke around.
Yeah, just a poke around, but okay. The wingman actually goes in the favor of Nintai. Yep, 12 versus Ray. Only needs one more to, take that title away from him. But Lord's going to be coming in the next phase. They have so far defended the base really well, but look at that. Just like I mentioned, the 6th item is going to be coming in. The Holy Crystal giving Lunox that really much needed burst. Absolutely. But into the bottom lane, Hayabusa most likely being the target, but Lunox might be able to make the flank here. Look at that, they target Minotaur. They know who's the main piece, the main chess piece, and they take him down, and with it, Lapu Lapu has a green signal to go into the back line, and looks like they're going to be going for the flank. Goblin has to retreat, he needs to go back. He does take the Wind of Nature to survive from the Hayabusa, but it's not going to be enough, because not having the Minotaur, the key piece into their puzzle, they will have to play defensive, and with it, the Lord is up as well. Oh, that was a good traction pulse, but Kimi immediately gets taken down, and with it, this is a green signal for the whole side of Rayuga Esports to just go gung-ho, and right now they gotta go in. They got a mid lane exposed, and right now they can also go for the base, but look at the damage that's popping in. Too much shutdown secured. Beast gets taken down, and with it, I think they might be able to end. Winter Crown popping in, but it's not going to be mattering, because look at that. Rayuga Esports finally getting the lead, getting the advantage, and nothing can stop them right now. Tsunami Slam making sure Ivan is helpless, and with it, 2,000 goal lead, 14-18 score. Rayuga Esports packs another win under their bag, getting a little bit close to the Swiss stage qualifiers.
Oh my goodness, the match, it was not really a one-sided, it was a to and fro as well, but in the end, Rayuga Esports, they were able to get that victory onto their hands, and I think they were able to figure out the main pillar of NTD right on time before things gotten worse, right? And I feel like Minotaur, with the itemization, I think he could have been a bit more wiser about it, because they knew that the main damage was gonna come from Lunox, and the last item was a Radiant, so it was a bit too late as well. That's why he was not able to sustain that much. Apart from that, from the side of Rayuga, they have made a few mistakes here and there, but they were able to not make those mistakes again. They were able to recover from all the side, and the last final stretch of the game was just too well. They did not even need the enhanced lore this time.
They did not need it. They, I mean, I thought after the Minotaur was down, they might have gone for the
Yeah.
Lord, but
Honest.
Rayuga Esports is honestly like when they play in the comfort server, and this is why, this is why I really love. I mean, one of the best thing about LAN events is when finally players can play in one place, because Raiga Esports, whenever they play in the Bengal server, they have to play passive because Chocolate Chan, well, since there's a server difference, that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we added a server on the bottom left to show you that if a team is underperforming, you might be able to know why, because they're playing on their opposite server. But yeah,
Yep.
having that server advantage, Chocolate Chan was able to really play those fast hand movements, and he was able to get the advantage, and with it really worked into their favor, and they realized they don't need the Lord. Minotaur was basically like, he was the main, there's a, usually when there's a table, there's usually, a middle in the foundation to make sure the table doesn't collapse on itself. Yeah, Minotaur was that basically, and they realized if they take him out, their team falls down, and they were right. They went in for it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's you have to, you know who the main key is to when you're having the disadvantage in a team fight. If you figure it out that yeah, if you figure it out, you're gonna be having a little bit less of a harder time, right? So that was the key to winning for the side of Team Rayuga Esports. And TD, I would have expected Uranus to be a bit better because he was getting picked off quite a lot. He was, going around alone, and it's not something that you would want to be doing, especially, they would be giving out their farms up to themselves as well. But apart from that, I think if Uranus was with his team, maybe the team would have been a bit more stronger as well. Since CC was kind of the main damage dealer, and Minotaur was, giving all the heals, all the AOEs as well. So with the addition of a Uranus here and his sustenance, it would have been a lot much better as well, since they had a fighter onto the jungle as well. They were not able to, mark the Lunox, which is quite of disadvantage as well. Maybe it was because of the server difference as well that they did not commit to any assassin. It would have been a less of a disaster. So
Hmm.
overall, the entity match, they did put up a really good fight against a team who has been, a bit more active, compared to compared to them. They're pretty new, yeah. It's a little bit different on experiences as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But with it, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be, taking a little bit of a long break here because if I'm not wrong, the next match has been forfeited by both of the teams. So the match will happen at almost around, I think, 15 to 20 minutes later. It's going to be the match that's going to be happening is going to be Revolution X DTS versus Yellowstone. It will happen in a while, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Not 15 minutes. We'll be right back as soon as possible. We'll prepare the teams and make sure you stay tuned on Mythic Showdown Season 2 at the wildcard stage to see which team makes it. Rayuga is getting really close, but Revolution X DTS, they still have 3 games to play. Those are the 3 next games, and if they get those 3 games, they might be able to be immediately qualified for the Swiss stage. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay tuned at War Drum Games. We'll be right back with the next 3 matches.
Hey, we're back with another game after a really short break. This time, a change of casters, change of teams as well, bringing you the fourth match of today. Welcome to Mythic Showdown once again. And Caster's Desk, your favorite duo. No, this side, yeah. Your favorite duo and Debbie all together, bringing you a really good and interesting matches, right, Debbie?
Yeah, definitely one of that. Okay, we make a joke behind the scenes about how it's a minor soda. I think they didn't expect me to bring it up, but I'm gonna bring it up, man, because it's gonna be minor soda season 2. Because we have two teams,
No.
right? I'll give a reason. There's a good reason for why it was named that, because we have two young players in the gold lane for these two teams, because Yellowstone versus Revolution X DTS, they have two of the youngest gold laners onto their side, man. Come on. Bam, Skyzen, they're the youngest that we have in the tournament so far, of course. This is why we were talking about minor showdown. There's nothing serious, guys. Come on. But interesting enough, this is gonna be a very good game, because I feel like, I think because Yellowstone already had a game or two into their hands, but Revolution also, they need to have a win because they have more games ahead of themselves, so we'll never know what's gonna be happening. So I want to highlight these two teams, man, these two players, Skyzen versus Fam. It's gonna be a very epic because they are both goal laners.
Gold laners, right, and pretty young at that point. We just,
Yeah.
put that into phases. But yeah, it's not like they're different roles as well. So it's gonna be same role. So we will know what personality they have. So and yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting match. And Debbie,
Yeah.
Yellowstone Revolution X DTS, it's a best of one. They're gonna try their best to get this point. It's very crucial for them. And the fact that it's the both the teams, I think they have been around in the community for quite a long time, right? So they probably know each other's almost all of the tactics as well, if they did I'm
Yep.
looking to see some surprise picks as well, but
Yeah.
what I'm more curious is I want to know the team comps that they came up with, because of the recent patch updates. The focus is going a lot more onto tanky heroes, right? So I'm quite curious. I wanted to see actually Skyzen and Fam both and their hero pools around. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely right. Because to be honest, I gotta be, it's got to be only fair if we mention them, because they have been so well versed on playing the gold laners, like the marksmen, not the fighters. And the only time I've seen Skyzen play the fighter into the gold lane was the Ruby, and other than that, I haven't seen him play into the tournament. If he have done it on scrims or rank games, I think it's definitely be different. But onto the tournament so far, I have seen him play only the Ruby. But for Fam though, he's more comfortable onto the marksman, the normal goal laner marksman. So it's still not out of the picture, because there has been a change onto the pets, like you mentioned. It's becoming into a utility meta right now. Fighter into the goal, fighter into the XP, and a little bit of a sustain into the jungle as well. But it's not undoable to go for the goal lane marksman, because we have seen that in this tournament itself, we have seen the Grander work, we have seen the Natan work, and two of those heroes were from Skyzen, by the way. So I think it's still valid to go for the marksman. So this is why I like this meta so far. It's still gonna be versatile, but not every marksman is gonna make it work, man. It has to be either the Natan or the Grander. The Harriet can be pop here and there, but it is a very situational. It's not gonna be a first pick kind of hero.
But yeah, honestly, the current marksmen that are really viable are just only those three most of the time, because
Yep.
they do not scale really off the late game. And since the current meta is a really fast-paced meta, it's just you will not want to depend on a full late game. And not to mention, if the team comp is squishy. The other one with the other one which has more sustain, it's gonna have the upper hand. But yeah, we are here into the draft. Revolution asks DTS onto the second pick. They got a second pick, and of course Yellowstone having the first pick as well. Now I'm looking at the bans: Basha, Kimi, Zushin, all really standard bans, which is really important, and they're banned for a reason. And if you have those open, it's gonna be hard for them. But back to the bans for the side of Revolution X DTS, they have the second pick, so they kind of need to work on what problem they get right most of the time.
Mhm. I feel like these two people, they do understand the situation and the meta so well with the patterns here on top of it all. They are banning away the Esmeralda, right, for Revolution DTS. I feel like they also really wanted to play the Lapu Lapu or even the Harriet, like we already mentioned for Fam. It's kind of his best hero so far, and we have seen him into the lane as well. He was able to perform with that hero too, so that has to be something that they want to focus on. But one thing that is very consistent about this meta is the Jushin, right? It always
Mhm.
has to go. When you
Yeah.
talk about the tank into the meta, the Jushin appears into the banning list. Okay, there we go. And of course, the Kimi as well. These are the two best mages into the mid side. If you want a winning lane, you gotta have the Kimi and the Jushin all together. So this is the reason why it's gonna be banned away. But the Grog though coming through from Yellowstone. Actually, I think this is the reason. The reason why they ban out the Grog is that they wanna have that early momentum into the mid lane. But the fact that they are into the first week, they are actually not the one keeping the Grog. Because the thing about the Grog is that it can be good, but it's still not the best into the first phase.
Yeah, honestly, you would want to second or third pick a Grog, or even
Yeah,
have it in the second
exactly.
part of the band, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you prioritize that, I think even though he has a lot of AOE with those tech charts and everything, he can be a bit of a menace, right? Especially with those walls all together. It's kind of a make or break situation for the whole team. So, of course, you would want to prioritize on something which is a really, really solid first pick, like the Kalia out here. Still really viable as a first pick. You would want a pick off. You would want the healer, especially in this meta. It's gonna be a lot sustained. But
Wow.
looking at the previous draft, Kalia stolen out
Eh?
here, Esmeralda banned. Question is though, the you know first pick with the Kalia out. Revolution X
Mhm.
DTS, they have a lot of other heroes to pick out, and the map is broken walls, so
Oh yeah.
they can definitely make a lot of uses. The heroes that have more advantage onto these broken walls.
Like the Khalid, right? The Khalid also is one
Yeah,
of the
the
best heroes
Khalid.
we use. Yeah, but yeah, like already mentioned, with the ban into the Esmeralda, the Lapu Lapu was a no-brainer. I think Malsom did something right there for DTS. He may be behind the scenes banning for the team, but nevertheless, I like the ban onto the Esmeralda because if you want a Lapu Lapu onto your side, do not give him a losing lane. Come on, because you want your Lapu Lapu to win the lane so that you'll be able to rotate together and have the advantage of the objectives most of the time. So that is also gonna be one thing. But I kind of the fact about this meta is that it's surprising to say that the Lapu Lapu can still also be a flex. But Yellowstone right now they are gonna go for the classic not Kalea Lunox combination, and that's gonna be a mid lane Lunox. I hope because Savage Warrior was amazing on that rather than Skyzen, so that has to be something. But on the other hand, the first star is already picked up, and the Lancelot, huh? Wow, Kais. I have never seen him use the Lancelot, by the way.
First time picking up the Lancelot. We gotta see
Yeah,
what surprises he has in for us.
that's
But
definitely.
I like that the Gadot has been picked out.
Mhm.
Instead in exchange of a Kalea. Both of them, I mean, I think they would be the top picks in the room as of now. The amount of engages and the amount of that AOG from Gato just speaks of himself, Avatar of the Guardian. It's just
Mhm.
he has that much of crowd control at AoE in his hands when he lands his AOG. It's really
Yeah.
hard to escape from it if you get caught up. Not to mention he'll follow it up by taunts. So that's kind of a death trap, especially paired up with a Lapu and Farsa all together. Bravest Fighter, Feathered Airstrike combo. If it hits, done. Critical. KO
Critical.
out altogether. So yeah, to secure the backlines, I like that revolution. They banned out the Yuzhong altogether. They have the Esmeralda ban out, the CC ban out as well. So they are,
Wow.
lowering the hero pool of the side laners, EXPs, and the gold lane, so that maybe they would push the marksmans to. They would push the marksmen to, the goal is to pick up the marksman rather than the EXPs. I'm so sorry, Debbie just disappeared on me.
Yeah.
She just
Hellcat ulted, bruh. Hellcat ulted.
Elkert ulted,
But
yes, Elkert ulted.
oh
uh,
man, talking
they
about
ban out
Hellcat, it's not gonna be
Alice.
something.
Yeah, they ban out
What?
Alice, which is another EXP contender. So yeah, a lot of those. Oh my goodness, we get a Fredrin out and a Oasis. Both the teams, right? They have their different priorities altogether. One is targeting the whole of EXP lane. One is targeting the whole of jungler, since they already picked up what they needed. So of course they're gonna be wanting to make their junglers and EXP a lot comfortable, so that they get the upper hand as well. It kind of shows that which team has, stronger synergy with with which role they want to give it to. But I do like that the roles haven't picked up. And back to the point, what other EXPs could be picked out, since major of them has been banned out. We do see Joy though coming in, but won't it be a problem? It's if since there's a Kalei altogether, Debbie.
Yeah, I feel like this has to be the Gatot pick coming through from as a revolution is definitely up to the point here because you want a Gatot to when we see a Kalea, but then this Gatot should be a re-engager, not an initiator, so that has to be some point. I agree to one at that revolution, though banning of the Yuzhong ended at least just mean that Yellowstone really wanted to go for the Yishun and not really Revolution wanted to go for the Yishun Shin, so Yellowstone kind of read that out, so they had to ban away the two jungles. That's gonna be very good for a full clip here. But then again, they have another hero up to the table. It has to be the Joy, and the fact that the Joy is still appearing here is definitely gonna be amazing here against the Lancelot. But instead, Yellowstone, they won and marksman onto the side with the forest altogether. So we were actually on par with these two teams, right? With these two minors into these both teams, they wanna play the marksmen into the gold lane rather than the fighters. So why not? They are more well versed on the DPS, so why not give them the DPS? So there we go. They has to pick up an atom to the hands of Kaizen. So Fam is gonna be left with the Granger. I don't know because the fact that the revolution for Granger, you kind of have the reins and the yeah, you do have the mid game's power spike. Yellowstone is much more well versed into the later part of the game. So yeah, if the late game goes on for Yellowstone, it's gonna be in favor for them. But for Revolution, though, they have to end the game as fast as possible.
Minor showdown. That is what we're talking about.
Minor slowdown.
I'm so sorry, but yeah, since
Yeah,
it's
that.
since it's your comfort, it's gonna maybe go a little bit longer than we expected. But I'm very excited to see both Skyzen and Fam battle it out all together with their comfort picks as well. So the rest of the teams, they are probably gonna be revolving around these two into when it reaches the late
Exactly.
game. But for the early game, a Joy against a Lancelot altogether. I mean, yes, both of them have dashes, but I think at this point, the one with a bit more disadvantage would be the Joy because of the Phobias and the Clea altogether, while Lance doesn't really have anyone to, disrupt his punctures while he's going around. He doesn't have someone to stun him and get him out. But yes, we are gonna be heading into the land of dawn for this fourth match of the day. Yellowstone versus Revolution XDTS, a best of one series, and a fight for the place into the switch stages.
Definitely, I will be welcoming them for the best of one right now, and it's one of the most important series that we had so far because it's gonna be the decider for both of the teams if they are gonna be going through. Because if Yellowstone wins this one, I think they will be qualified for the Swiss stage, if I'm not wrong. So this is one of the most important game for them too, but for Revolution as well. They have to win out this game in order to have a good advantage for the next games that they're gonna be playing for tonight as well. So let's see how they'll be able to do this round because a quick check onto this spells coming through from both of the teams. It's gonna be nothing out of ordinary, but it's gonna be Fam forced to use out the forced to bring the purify because of the presence of the Kalea into the hands of Lemonade, which is one of his comfort by the way. So emblem check, we'll see a little bit of a cooldown for Lemonnier onto the Kalea. He wanna be present into the team fight as much as possible, but adaptive penetration for the Farsa here, Aki. He wants to have the damage dealt and wilderness blessing onto a Farsa. I don't usually see, but I'm not complaining because when you have a Versa, you want to be rotating as much as possible, especially when you have a marksman into the goal side. You want to give aid to them as much as possible. So another thing, other things are not nothing out of ordinary. Just a bit of sustain for both of the side laners for the side of the Revolution and DTS.
Yeah, of course. At this point, I mean that was Kalea trying to go after Joy. Look at that, Joyful Beast around. Phantom Execution user once again. Fan is into the target, but
Ooh,
he gets away on the back line as well. Lemonade got Kai's really low, but still no casualties. It was just some skirmishes going around, and they would be back for the turtle in the bottom lane.
yeah, definitely one good over team fight that we have seen right there, but a lot of low HPs for Yana. And I think Revolution have the early advantage with the first side into the mid lane, so they are abusing this. And but the fact that Ricky was able to hold on to it for so long, and he got to level 4, so he was just trying to fight for the turtle right now. But hey, cats,
Got Kai stealing the turtle. Feather airstrike coming in. Lemonade gets the first blood off for
wow,
his name in the hands of Gatot Kacha all together. All teams. Look at that. Got Kai's trying to go for maybe Aki, but he would be failing that miserably as he has to go back. Farsa just securing her zones as well.
yep. I think the early turtle was important for Guy, so he was able to get that on time. But look at that!
Kalea onto full clip. That Tsunami Slam, right? This is
Wow.
what I was talking about. The Tsunami
Mm,
Slam is gonna be a bit of a problem for Joy to dash
yeah,
around. And you need to
exactly.
be careful. You need to, you know, avoid all those pursuits onto you while you are having that dash while being on beat. That is a bit hard for you to have it on, right? Too much
Mm,
elements to focus around. So yeah,
yep.
there we go. But still, 1-for-1 trade coming in from both the teams. That is a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign, but still, I think Yellowstone they a really good job in trying to equalize out into the goal lead that they lost onto that first turtle fight, even though they were the one taking the lore, right? The turtle, I mean. Now they are equalized onto this economic wise as well as the kill wise too. Getting a kill onto the jungle is a big and massive gain for their side, and they are able to perform it so well. Lemonade very fast onto this instinct movement, and this is gonna be the sign of a good start for their side as well. But the fact that Revolution DTS have a good rotation in comparison to Yellowstone here, still I think they'll be able to make it work. But this time around, no objective, so there's it's gonna be very unnecessary for them to go for the team fight. So we gotta see what the builds is gonna be looking like, though. To be honest, because Elgato gets onto the Lapu Lapu, I think he might be able to sustain quite a lot even without any big objective. So Skyzen already securing onto that Feather of Heaven, so never mind bot lane.
Tsunami Slam coming in from Gee.
Wow!
He still flickers it out, gets away though. We get a backup from his team right on, and a taunt coming on to Ricky. Further pursuit onto Agony. Lemonade also all the way onto the back line.
Wow!
Trying to maybe dish out some damage onto anyone. ALG as well would
What?
be connecting. Lemonade would be pulling out and has a full clip. Got Kai securing the turtle in his hands. Ricky is stuck in between though. He gets taken out in the hands of Aki. And that was a 2-for-none trade. Still Fan trying to go after Savage Warrior. He has to pop out his brilliance to escape. And that was quite a win for the side of Team Revolution x DTS.
Yeah, first build for Skyzen is the Feather of Heaven, so he wanna have a good clearance before he go for the main damage dealing potential. But rapid boost into the hands of Versa, this is gonna be high, but never mind. Look at that.
Once again, feathered airstrike. Agony is to fall down in hands of Lemonade. A lot aggression coming in. Could have misstepped a bit too much, and he just paid the price. So they gotta calm down a bit, otherwise their goal lead just might go onto the hands of Yellowstone.
That's exactly what is happening right now, but Elgato cat onto the Lapu Lapu able to get the first item priority has to be the War Egg, so that's gonna be a little bit of a sustain that we are looking for onto the Lapu Lapu. Still gonna be working for them very well. But the fact that Savage Warrior hasn't been taken down into the from the side of Revolution is definitely gonna be worth it for them because Lunox, you wanna have the farm, you wanna scale up. Even Skyzen onto the Natan, he hasn't been taken out yet. So that's one gain that Yellowstone have. And I've mentioned this before because these two are the skating hero. Never mind, look at that.
Entropy popped out by Nathan, full clip, but really low. He
Oh
gets taken out in hands of Lemonade with that flick of it at airstrike onto the
wow.
backline. From the backline, Lemonade gets punished out there. Bravest fighter coming in from Lapu Lapu and the Infernal Pursuit coming in, though still Ricky is to fall down. 2-for-1 trade coming in from the side of Yellowstone. Once again, top lane. Fam, he is getting the farm, but bottom lane there is still a lot of chase coming in for Spies and gets a taunt taken out in the hands of Agony. Savage Warrior, he can't really do much to defend his bottom lane turret, and they have to lose their structure.
Yep. Oh man, they were trying to trade out the structure. Fam was still there trying to protect it. Got Kai's going.
Still with the Phantom Execution
Wow.
coming in onto Aki, gets a solo kill out there. Elgato get caught by Kalea with a Tsunami
Wow.
Slam. Finish him off. Full clip trying to go in between three people. He gets to taunt as well. Oh my goodness. He is still getting away though. AOG to
Eh?
use defensively. I guess wrong side kind of, but that is quite a good comeback from the side of Yellowstone. They would be getting the turtle
Yep.
uncontested.
Uncontested turtle and definitely into the side as well. Yellowstone, that was the re-engagement that we are looking for. This is the presence. This is what the landslot do, right? You cannot really depend on your big resources. If you have the Desert, the Phantom Execution, you are good to go in again. And we can see how many stacks that he was already having with the Fire Beetle. He was going in with the stacks onto the turtle as well, going back in. And when he was ready to go a damage, to go onto the damage, he was dodging the Gatot, right? He was dodging Agony, and he was going directly for Aki. He knew that Aki did not have the wings by wings, so that was a very good communication coming through from Yellowstone as well. And the Sword Rose, that was a big damage and the resource that he was already using, so that kind of made them stay into the team fight just a little bit longer, and and give out the turtle as well, because at that point of the time when you do not really have your main damage sources into the early game, that is the first up for Revolution, the turtle was already for the taking. So Yellowstone, they will be able to accumulate a goal equalization with the turtle that they were able to secure onto that. I thought that they will be having the goalie, but still good play by Revolution, though they did not lose anything, but still the spacing is going to be necessary. But yeah, this wait, what? Aki is flying though without moving.
He's a bird. He's allowed to fly. You know, I believe I can fly. That's the thing. That's
I
the thing he's
believe I can
right
fly.
now.
Okay.
But yeah,
Wait,
I love the production this time, right? I mean,
purple splitting.
I don't think we've seen anyone do this in
Mm,
all of the whole tournaments that we've seen, at least here for our side. So yeah,
yeah.
this is really new to me. It's like they're taking a walk in the park, right? But it has its own advantage, right? You get to reflect on your positions. You get to
Yeah.
discuss what step you want to take next. And while this is all happening, you get also a time to take a breather if you're having all that pressure. But speaking of pressure, I would say Revolution X DTS, they are having kind of the map control onto their hands, objective wise. They have taken out 2 turrets already for the side from the side of Yellowstone. Their main priority would be the mid lane out here. So Yellowstone, they kind of need to protect that as well because it's the most significant one compared
Yep.
to the other side. So they also have to take care of Fam on that Granger. He is quite unnoticeable for now, but once he gets his itemizations, once he
Yep.
gets his damage, you won't know when did all that happen, and it's going to be a really really huge trouble for your side.
Exactly, and this is why it's important that you keep the check. And I think they do really have. Most of the time I feel like the grandeur being forced into a purifier makes it eventually more harder for him to go for those aggressive team fights, because most of the
Oh
time when you
my
see a grandeur
goodness.
up close, it's now wait, it's looking beautiful though, because it's a
um
phoenix, right?
it's a
Yeah, it's a
phoenix,
phoenix.
yes,
I'm so
still.
glad it's not the book.
Oh,
The book has
let's get a big of a oh wait, the book would have been so much fun here though.
it
Imagine
will
you
be
just
so
look at,
weird.
oh yeah,
Oh,
we're
he's
back to the
finally
game,
winning.
we're back to the game, yep, definitely back to the game.
Okay.
So looking at the current situation of both the teams right now, they would want to start for more farm, as well as go for the objectives for the side of Team Yellowstone. Still, Savage Warrior trying to dish out some damages, but he won't really get his damage spike unless he gets his main items. We get a start aside
Yep.
from that is the second item
Wow.
that he's going to be going. So a lot of magic and a lot of basic attacks. That's going to hurt them a lot.
And the fact that he went for that instead of the wind tucker is definitely out there. And Gunny!
Gami, look at that. Followed up. Oh, AOG won't be connecting. It was the right position to be in. If it connected, the Farsa would have been taken down. But no, he was not. He was, you know, just taken down before anything could have
Yeah.
happened. But yes, back to the itemizations, the item builds. Looking at that, Joy looks like it seems that she's on her way to the Holy Crystal. Same with Farsa as well. So the hits are gonna hurt quite a lot, and I do get that they have this priority because it's the early game. You would want to dish out as much damage as possible before they get the magic defense. So yeah,
Exactly.
good choice of itemization on the other hands.
The rapid boots as well onto the hands of the Fasa here. This guy is going for a little bit of a defense as well as a reason, and movement speed too. Because you want to do that when you have a Fasa, because the rotation wise is gonna be a much more faster than usual. And yeah, full clip. Oh my god, he got the win. He got the Holy Crystal already into the 9 minute, which is very pretty decent. It's still gonna be okay, but yeah. There's one big factor that they want to go for, so a lot of damage will be done here right now. Kai's into the mid side trying to serve some dominance, but still Savage Warrior already 2 items onto his kits, which mean that he might be hurting quite a lot. And the fact that they are forced to build out the penetration really early on means that the front line of our Revolution DTS is hurting them too much. Like, they have the defenses already, the dominance eyes, which is also a hybrid. Never mind, look at that.
Kalea onto the Tsunami Slam, Feather Airstrike popped out once again. AOG, but the brilliance on the backline for Savage Warrior because he's getting
Wow.
milked up. Kai's gonna take it down. Fan taking
Fam?
out Lemonade as well. 1-for-1 trade, getting a double kill onto Ricky this time. Ties have done, but no. Savage Warrior gets the Lord somehow. Kaizen really low, but a triple kill for Fam coming in. Would they go for a Maniac? Would they commit? They are trying to commit. Agony trying to kill Fam as much as possible, but no. And Trophy used to get away, and he would be robbed of that Maniac.
Yeah, that is a Sky Piercer Grandeur, by the way. 3 scoring, which means 30 stacks for Mr. Bam. He's not gonna be Mr. Man, he's still a kid student. Never mind. No, another rule onto his kit. That's gonna be 4 build totally built up by him, and this is gonna be giving them a really hard time for them. But right now, Kai's trying to go in. Bam!
Fam, look at that Phantom Execution on the bottom line. Got the cat, look at that. Bravest fighter, but he's too much into the enemy territory. He would be getting taken down, getting punished, and the Fitted Airstrike won't be helping anyone.
Yeah, this is the problem with fam onto the purifier. You are forced to stay into the very back so that you will be able to escape the landslide this time around. But the Lord will be marching into the bottom lane, and Ricky still up there and ready, trying to go in for more. But that is going to be the turret taken down but onto the top lane. I think Full Clip will be able to get that turret if he was staying long, but never mind. Taunt.
Snub Slam coming in from Kalea once again. A lot of damage just out by Entropy and Savage
Wow,
Warrior together. Agony would be melted out. Might I remind you people, that is a tank that they are melting in seconds. Two
definitely.
of them all together. Not even letting him get that initiation at all. He needs to have that radiant into his hands if he wants to even start a team fight altogether, which is not looking good. But Full Clip trying to come in onto God Kai's.
Wow,
Look at
no
that, he's
dash.
trying to
Oh,
dodge. He does.
oh.
Phantom execution out, and he would be safe and sound.
Oh my god, I was so scared for a second that he did not have the dash, but perfectly on time for God Kais. He was able to survive, so this is going to be big for Yellowstone. They are able to have you know, the distraction for Revolution right now. They are forcing them to stay together at one point so that they will not be getting caught, especially for Fan, because whenever he's alone he's going to be taken down, because we can see Agony was also melted down very instantly by Yellowstone with the combination that they already have, the Lunox and the Nathan. And the fact that they were forcing Agony to be the one who they set upon is definitely brilliant here, because if you do not have the set, if you do not have a tank, how can you be able to go for that? But oh my god, look at that.
Oh, Tsunami Slam would be purified out, and the ALG won't be connecting on to anyone. The Brilliance used up to get away.
Wow.
Lemonaire would be getting taken down. Brave Spider
Damn.
popped out by Lapu Lapu altogether. Full clip onto
Wow.
Savage Warrior. Gets him out of the way right at the time, but God Kai is trying to pull up a backdoor. It's
Damn.
Elgato Cat versus him. Bam gets a shutdown in the hands of Nathan altogether. God Kai is looking at that, trying to go after Aki. He does all maximum stacks onto him. He's trying to go away with a Phantom Execution as well, still surviving. Three people, he misses out from where to go. He is stalling time while his team is taking the Lord. Look at that killing spree for Full Clip, but then again it might just be too late, as Nathan is almost halfway through the Lord. Melting on all the HP unless Full Clip, but Ricky is there to save the day. AOG onto the all together. Full Clip finally taking the Lord up to himself with help of Retribution, as well Agony out here onto the back line. He is to be punished with the intro and the Revitalize popped out as well,
Wow.
as Savage Warrior takes Agony down.
Wow, it would have been a valid cross out for Revolution if God Kais was able to survive on that and dash towards the Lord. But if they had the Linux on time for Yellowstone, they could have taken the Lord without problem from Full Clip. But oh my god, that was a good AOZ coming through. But never mind, look at that.
Entropy and the Fatal Airstrike popped out once again, but Savage Warrior would be getting taken out as a fam all together. Look at that God Kai trying to go on onto the backline. Eki is to fall down, followed up by Fam.
Wow.
Double kill, but onto the backline for the side as well. Lemonaire gets taken out and has a Full Clip, but Skyzen punishes Full Clip for committing a bit too much. And that would be a 2 for 3 trade.
Oh no, it's so bad. This is so bad for Revolution DTS, especially for Fam. His text is gonna be gone, and giving a shutdown to the Natan Skies, and especially is definitely not on your paper, man. You cannot really do that now. The goal difference will be shifting a little bit here. Still not combatable, but both of the teams are in a 50 situation right now, because if we have looked at it for a little bit of a 5 minutes earlier, it could have been into the favor of a DTS, a Revolution DTS, but now Yellowstone, they are taking the lead. They are able to have a control onto the map, forcing DTS to stay into their own bases, phasing out onto the lane so that they will not give out the stacks to anyone, especially not Fam. But okay, the Lord is what they're going to be waiting for. No fights whatsoever will be committed right now. Skyzen able to get the penetration right on time, so he will be able to get the damage done onto the frontliners for the side of Revolution right now. So Revolution, they have to have an answer for this plays coming through from Yellowstone there. Fam without the Purify is a squishy one. Never mind, and Gummy removed right on time. So wow, Yellowstone, they have already built out a lot of damage. Full bill for Skyzen, by the way.
Yep. Same with fam as well. So both the marksmen, they're just gonna be, maybe having a full on brawl fight out, but Entropy popped out full clip
Wow.
after Nathan, but defended airstrike would be just to clear out the minions to ease the tension from Yellowstone a bit. And while they buy time for the Lord to come as well, they would wanna be embracing themselves to maybe go for a contest, as this might just prove to be a bit of a game changer. Still not the enhanced version, but still it is significant enough to take a significant amount of chunk away from those turrets that are standing.
Yeah, the fact that Yellowstone have every map controlled onto their side, the top lane also covered, the bottom lane also covered, and this kind of gives them. Oh my! Look at that!
Tsunami Slam, LG won't be connecting onto anyone. Backline, Bravest Fighter pops in. Skyzen gets taken out in the hands of Agony, and a better airstrike coming in. Agony still there, but he would be getting taken out in the hands of Skyzen. Followed up. Sorry, that was Savage Warrior. But yes, that was Lemonade. Got Kai's getting fallen down, taken down, falling down one by one for the side of Team Yellow. Bam! He does get his shutdown. But no, wait, full clip. Oh my goodness, that was one hit away. But oh my goodness.
Oh no! This is so
very
bad,
unfortunate.
Revolution. This is not something you want to do. Oh my god, fam! I know you got the damage, boy, but come on, you want to focus onto the turtle, not the turtle. Come on. You want to focus on the Lord first. Get the Lord, get the damages done, and Savage Warrior. I think he's successful even after that in making in chasing the opponents away from the Lord. Full build, by the way, for him too. He's gonna be switching out onto those items a little bit. Red Bill, okay, he's going for the concentrated, so he wanted a little bit of spellman for himself too, and the flicker on the perfect time was helping him survive a little bit against the Joy, against a full kit. Now this time around, the map control is back into the hands of Yellowstone. All the resources still available for both of the teams. Green lights all over the places. The Lord still up. No flicker just yet for Savage Fire, so they have to hold down just a little bit so they can take this time to focus onto the long lanes, which is what God Kais is doing right now. He's gonna be hella annoying if it is not answered anytime soon. And Revolution, they have to engage. They have to send someone up to the top lane to clear it out to the minions. But the fact that they still have one turret left, it's still gonna be into their favor. But they need to hold on to this turret, because if they lose out to this lot right now because of the long lanes, it will be so not worth it for them. Because say what we may, the bottom lane inhibitor is already gone for Revolution, and it is gonna be favoring Yellowstone. Even if they lose the lot, they will be able to take it down. But for Revolution, they should try to win this lot.
I like that Joy and Farsa are, walking together. It's like a mother
And a
mom taking
child.
her daughter out to play in the park, and she's really, really happy. But I would like to talk
Okay.
about the accidental kill that went to Savage Warrior.
That's what.
He
Even
was
after
one
that.
hit away. He was one hit away from taking that Lord, and the Lord was just fast enough to have him out. And unfortunately, his team was not around to help him take it, and they had to reset the Lord, unfortunately. So it was kind of an unexpected win for the side of Team Yellowstone altogether. They got the chance to contest the Lord once again after losing that team fight, which Revolution tried their really, really best to zone
Yeah.
all of them out. This is why you need a little bit of luck onto the game as well. But yes,
That's fun.
sorry. Looking at the positions right now, God Kais, he would want to take down the top lane inhibitor so that he gets a bit of he gets a bit that of that farm, and to divert the attention for Revolution XDTS as well. So they gotta check it out. But we are back into the game once again. This time, Yellowstone starting with the Lord Das El Gato Cat out there. Ricky definitely checking around the bush, which is something that you need to do as of now, unless we get a engage, but no, it would just be them beating around the bush.
Actually, they can't really engage. If Yellowstone is even one member of the side of Revolution, they can press this slot down. But all of the members are still here, already up and available, and the mid lane is what they are setting up for. So one position out positioning coming through from DTS is gonna be the end for them because there's a lot of bursty. There's gonna
Lemon.
be
Okay.
they'll be able to burst it down very easily. Lunox plus Natan combination, so they cannot really let them do that, man. And the long lane is not really set up for Yellowstone either. So yeah, still Ricky.
Said that airstrike, but he pops out the winter crown on time. But no, Ricky would be getting taken down and has a fam. That
Wow.
starts the initiation of the Lord Dance all together with one person down for the side of team Yellowstone. We get it out
Skizen.
on the back line. Joyful beats, and Elgato Cat will be falling down in the hands of Skies, and with their trophy all
Yes, yes.
together. Phantom Execution used a full clip in the hands of Savage
Wow.
Warrior, and Agony would be getting taken down as well, followed up by Aki in the hands of God Kais. He has a minions, but would he commit to go after Fam is the question. He does, because he has his immortality altogether. Phantom Execution, Thorn Rose once again, and Savage Warrior with a flicker dark ult coming in. A full team wipe out, and they do not need the enhanced Lord now because there is no one to defend the base for the side, and Yellowstone just got that match.
That was a great ending. Yellowstone. It was a perfect initiation for Revolution instead of Yellowstone, but if they had hold on just a little bit, if they hadn't gone for the full-blown team fight, oh my god, it could have worked well if they focus onto the Lord instead and chased Yellowstone away from the Lord pit. That could have been more worthwhile for Revolution. They shouldn't have taken the fight, man. They were successful in taking one member down. It was Ricky. He was a zoner. He was a backline diver. He was a Phobius. They managed to take him down. So why go for the team fight when you can really focus onto the Lord after chasing away Yellowstone? They weren't ready to go for the team fights. They were forcing the team fight, and of course, oh my god, that it's an Atan and a Linux when you force a team fight onto them without stunning them down, crowd controlling them. Yeah, that was bound to happen. I think it was a misshot coming through from Revolution. But MVP of the Minor Showdown, I'm joking, of the Mythic Showdown Season 2 for the match, Mr. Savage Warrior.
56,000, almost 57,000 damage dealt by Mr. Savage Warrior out here. I mean, that build, that red build, is blue to red build, is definitely working out pretty well. He had that penetration altogether. He was able to burst every single one of them down. He did not even go for the Holy Crystal, but he had a lot damage that he was dishing out, right? Mainly because Revolution, they were a bit squishy as well, but looking at the game stats as well, head-to-head would be, of course, Granger and the Natan altogether. This is
Oh
why
my god.
This is why we say it's Minor Showdown.
Minor Showdown.
Yeah.
Because,
Damn
you know, Jill, if you focus onto their goal as well, right? Bam
Yes.
had the goal, Skyzen had the win, right? He had more damage. Of course, you talked about how the Granger will be lacking in the damage in comparison to the turn to the late game. It happened there. It happened right there. And of course, there was one point of a time where Elgato Cat was trying to go into Skyzen, but he got melted down. The magic damage was already too much, and wow, the comparison is still, you know, it's still 50-50 for me because one of these two teams, the game wasn't one-sided. It was going up and down, and even the goal leads, right? But Lemonade, I feel like, you know, against Agony too, yeah, you pick out the Gatot to try to counter Kalea, right? But then, how will you counter out the Kalea when the Kalea ulted you and bursted you right away?
I mean,
Isn't
the Kalea. Say Kalea and her position has been really well. Her prioritization. We got the rich guy, Mr. Fam. He is already
guy.
earning. He's already earning, and he's really young. He should really set an example, and I think we should learn from him as well, including me. But yes.
No.
Sandbag would of course be Gatot Kacha. He did take a lot of damage, and that's why he was, maybe somewhat a little bit lacking when initiations came out. But yes, Wingman. Is it a coincidence? Wingman. There's a Farsa.
Yeah, it has to be. You got to be a wingman when you have a fast summon. It has big spider
Wingman, of
wings.
course.
Very. By the way, still makes sense. But the fact that a rich guy and the carrier still both fame, it's amazing that they are the one losing
Yeah.
it out. Because most of the time, when you see this lineup, when you see the end result, the rich guy, either the rich guy or the carry has to be the winner one. The one into the victory. But this time around, it's gonna be
Hmm.
fun. He was able to get
He
the
took
damage
both.
done. He's both. He took both. He got the trophy already, and I look like there's no team Yellowstone here, Jiwo. If you can see, there's no
Yes.
team Yellowstone.
Yes.
It's
Oh
all
yeah.
Revolution. How did they lose? Everyone will be questioning.
I don't know what should we be saying, but yes,
Wow.
we have to check the overall rankings. Yellowstone, they have qualified for Swiss as long
Damn.
along with Yama and Rayuga all together. So we're seeing the
Wow.
overall rankings. Group A, Group B as well. Yama versus Yama, Yellowstone, Eternal, C3. I mean, if we see right, the top four is already there. No, actually, wait, qualified three of them already, and I think we still need one more, if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong. Yep, we do still need
We
one.
for C3 Meraki, I think they are even if they win the next one. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's possible for them anymore. But for Eternal Torment and Revolution XDTS, they still have chances. If Revolution is able to win out the next two games that they are going to be playing right now, I think they still have the chances. But for NTT and Sleep Tight and C3 Meraki, it's already a done deal. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
C3, why did you lose? But Yama Esports, by the way, and we got. hmm But
Yep.
I
It's
have my son there.
the next
I
game.
have my son there. Into the next game, yeah. That's gonna be the decider. But Jewel, if Revolution should win, wait, Eternal Torment also has to win at least one game. And
Mm-hmm.
if they both win two games, it's gonna be a tie. So
Tiebreaker. So
yeah, it's into their hands. They
one more
have to
treat
be
for us.
careful.
One more treat for
Mm,
us. I
yeah.
think they should really treat us that. But yeah, we should take a short break, right, before we get to see the next matches all together. Get some water, get some snacks, have your dinner, and we'll be back with you. This is Debbie and Zero signing off.
Hello guys, we are back again for presenting Mythic Showdown Season number 2. We have two teams that are ready to battle out again. Revolution DTS versus C3 Meraki. C3 Meraki does not have the chance, but Revolution does have the chance. So we are going to be seeing if they're going to be able to win this out or not, because this is going to be the decider. If they lose this, both of the teams are down the drain, and Eternal Torment will be the one who's going to be qualified for the main stage. So alongside me today, I'll be bringing Itami. Zero is gone, so we'll not be moving this time around. But Itami, we're going to be jumping directly into the drafting phase. So what do you think about the draft already done by both of the teams?
Thank you for the introduction, first of all, Debbie. And yep, the draft looks, halfway done. And both of the teams, they have decided to prioritize most of the heroes that are quite dominant onto the meta. So most probably, mostly it is the picks we are quite seeing quite often onto this patch. And they do have the balance kind of a composition for both of the side. On to my surprise this time, they team C3 didn't go out for the Grok ban, so it is obvious that why Grok has been quite of a priority, because the wall casting time has been decreased quite often, so you can get your opponent off guard, as well as the charge. The main playmaker can be done from that, but the Lapu as well as the Kimi. Lapu here should be the flex pick, because it is the fighters who are going on to not only onto the EXP but onto the gold lane as well. So we are yet to see where the Lapu is going to go. But towards the side of Team CC Meraki, except for the Lunox as well as the YSS, I think the CC is also more of a flex pick.
Well, CC Flex has been always out there because of the presence of the Yi Xunshin and the Lunox will still a good flex. But the fact that Revolution DTS, they are banning away a lot of heroes into the XP side that can possibly be, onto the XP side, right? That can be good with their lineup that they already made. I really want to say that the Yuzong stand out the most, because when you have a Kimi onto your side, you do not want the Yuzong to be that factor. But they could have picked out the Yuzong instead, but into the second phases, they are not the one having the first pick, so they had to move out instead, because C3 Meraki might eventually pick it up. But Revolution DTS going for the Hanzo full clip? I know the assassin is good for the Yi Xunshin, but Hanzo, are you sure?
In terms of the objectives, as well as trying to make a clutch plays, I think Hanzo can quite come up handy. But the disadvantage for him is if he just leaves the shadow out somewhere where the enemies could actually reach him, then that could be problematic. But if they don't have that kind of a mobility, then Hanzo can also work out wonders. And because of the skill sets he has, he can be one of the fastest junglers too. Not as fast as the YSS, but still Hanzo pick does work. One of the teams that convinced me that Hanzo does work is Sacred Sign, of course. It was Rarin who prioritized
Rarin.
I have seen that hero quite onto the pro scene, at least onto the India tournaments, and Rarin is one of the reasons why. But when the BTS are completing the draft, it looks like Fam will be prioritizing the marksman once again. That is going to be the Bruno. Bruno, I think his damage scaling is not that much compared to what he was back on the year of M6. But still, if he is able to get the core items as well as the Trinity is done, then Bruno can do the damage scalings as well. But C3 Meraki will be completing the draft with the Arlet, so gold lane CC against a Bruno, he needs to play it out quite safe, because CC is known as the lane bully.
She's the lane bully, so whether you put her into the gold lane, whether you put her into the XP lane, and we can see right now it's gonna be going into the lane, because they already have two scaling heroes, which is the Yi Xunshin and the Lunox, by the way. Godfather Henny was able to perform so well into the Lunox for the first time that we have seen him. So Denny with the last pick onto the Islet, he's definitely gonna go for a little bit of a setup that can be made, but Bruno is definitely out of the picture for me for Revolution DTS. I don't know why the Bruno was being picked away, but it's gonna be a debut by the way, so they do have scaling heroes onto the side too, but I don't know, man, why they pick out the Bruno. But nevertheless, it can work out if the damages are very, very good, because the Bruno can actually be a hero that can stay out of the zone against Chink onto the CC, so maybe it can work out, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. And The Hanzo as well as the Bruno you mentioned, these are the debut picks. I think it
Oh
is more
yeah.
reliant onto the comfort. That is the reason why Revolution DTS, they want to rely on comfort and they want to go all out. That might be the reason. Instead of just sticking with the heroes that has been prioritized onto the meta, they are going out with the heroes they are more comfortable and confident with. So going out with the Bruno as well as the Hanzo, as long as it works, is okay. But
Yeah.
against the composition that Team C3 Meraki has, the Minotaur as well after the adjustment, man. Like he doesn't do the global healing thing. It only does onto one of the members, which is the closest
Mhm.
one to you. But still, the buff is quite effective. That is the reason why he has been quite prioritized onto the tournaments quite often. But this is going to be the second last match for the day. C3 Miraki onto the red, taking on Team Revolution DTS. C3 Miraki already being out from the tournament, but still there is a chance that they might be taking down Revolution DTS with them.
Yeah.
So what is it going to be, Debbie? Best of one. They both are going to be
That's
all out. Oh, look at him.
interesting take. Okay, onto the mid lane. A little bit of doing from Super Im already tanked down a lot of low HPs going through, but Agony is gonna be okay about that onto the Grug. But like you already mentioned, Itami, I feel like C3 Meraki do stand a chance to try to deny DTS to qualify. But hey, it's still gonna be a sportsmanship, e-sportsmanship that we're gonna be seeing right now because yeah, you cannot really give out a little bit of a win for the team because it's still gonna be into the hands of C3 Meraki whether Revolution DTS will be able to qualify or not. But yeah, the second game is also what is going to be important right there. A quick check onto the emblems right here. Tell me what does stand out. It's a lot of tankiness onto the Minotaur here.
Yeah, of course. Like instead of the healings, as well as the support emblem, he decided to go out all
Uh-huh.
tank emblem. Maybe because he is more relying on to the sustainability instead of the healings. The Grok, he got the wilderness
Mhm.
presence instead. So he will be kind of a support as well as the cooldown timers will be quite up for
Yeah.
him. But the turtle will be up anytime soon. I want to clarify this time. Jimmy doesn't have the tenacity. Look at the Hanzo going all out onto the mid, but it still won't be enough to get the kill. The turtle will be spawning soon.
I think this is going to be an important take of a fight right here. Judas trying to go in onto Fam. Does not have the damage just yet with the Multi Striker too. So got to be careful. Oh, there we go. He's going to be popping onto the region right now. But the turtle is what they have to focus on. Egoni might try to go in. That's going to be a stun connecting onto full clip. Not much of an engage coming through. But now that's going to be the retribution. Popped out the Hanjo. Trying to go in for more. Judas might be getting caught into the midst of it all. But he will be able to walk away without getting scared. But the turtle has already been started by C3 Meraki, the other team, and they have the heal with the Minotaur Revolution. They cannot start onto this turtle because they have wasted out into the retribution already.
Yeah, they stalled enough time for the side of the Revolution DTS to make sure C3 Miraki gets the upper hand, not just onto the first blood yet, but at least onto
Hmm.
the objective. So they will be able to get a triple first. But the thing for the side of Team Revolution DTS is Hanzo is going to be taking some time in order to scale up when it comes to the damage. So even if he's
Yep.
trying to initiate, I think the damage is still not being enough. Oh, tectonic charge being used
Oh,
in order just to escape.
wow. That's a big resources already being burned down, but still good for C2 Meraki, but because there's so much of a RN objective coming through. But onto the top side, if Super Imp tries to decide to go for the minion figure onto Fam, they might eventually get something out of that. But with the flicker, he might be actually okay. But Honey trying to go in, teasing out just a little bit, but it's gonna be the demonic boost being used. That's gonna be a dot of damage getting through by full clip, trying to get it for more, but he does not have the damage just yet. It's really gonna be just a reason that's gonna be providing for the team onto the top side.
Yeah, just the poking games as well as the first blood yet to be drawn, but I think C3 Miraki is kind of leading when it comes to the farming
Hmm.
speed. Oh no, Hanzo full just goes
Okay,
down the time, but he gets
that was
away
close.
with the skirmish.
Oh, traction poles is still getting hold onto as well. That's gonna be the lens shaker being used too, but not much of a damage coming through as well. But right now, that's gonna be the very fight out of the the members, but Elgato Cat might be caught into the midst of it all. You have to flicker away, but Jenny able to walk in, grabbing that kill onto Elgato Cat. It's gonna be a stun onto the backlines. Judas, Jenny being caught right there, but there's not much of a damage yet for Revolution DTS, so they have to disengage the turtle already up Itami, and this might be into the hands of C3 Meraki.
Yeah, good macro control coming up from the side of Team C3 Meraki as well. I think the draft is playing quite of a vital role when it comes to the executions at this point, because they are just engaging as well as making sure they are getting the objectives too. Even if
Mhm.
the dog is trying to provide observed vision, there might be the team fight onto the turtle.
Oh my goodness, the steal full clip, able to grab the kill onto the turtle right now. They're trying to go in for more. Elgato get able to grab a kill onto Agani right there. It does, taking a kill of his own. There's a goal of damage. Elgato still available, but double kill onto Danny right now. The immobilization. Hattie will be taken down by Aki right now. Zudas, the sole survivor here into the class of the team fight, might be getting caught. He will be able to grab a kill onto Aki as well, trying to stay into the team fight. So there's more. The Tracers is still out there. Elgato have the damage. One more hit is what it takes. And the soul is still not out there. Judas killing spree for him. Finally, Elgato Cat with the shutdown on the Yishans, and Judas will be back to being the base holder.
Oh my god. The Oasis with the unexpected as well as the Hanzo, he just went a
Uh-huh.
bit too early onto the shadow. So I was not expecting actually that the Oasis would be able to do it, but somehow with the bravest fighter, Lapu was able to get the shutdown onto him at least. But on to the turtle fight, it was team the Revolution DTS who had the advantage. They just got the turtle as well as some trace for the side. So the goal lead just went on onto the favor, but there is the engage onto the mid once again.
Okay. There might not be something here just yet, but Henny taken down very low, has to pop out the brilliance. So one resource is being burned down. Zenny trying to rotate into the top lane, might be getting caught with the wall and the knockout. But Judas might be into the picture as well to the top lane. Ching trying to get into a damage onto Fam. That's gonna be the minion fury. But Fam able to flicker all, but not for long. Super In will be able to take him down. Agony trying to help his marksman, but he was a tad bit too late. Onto the mid side, it's gonna be Jenny with the final slash, and the chaos being used. Ken full clip able to survive, steal a lot of time, but Trexon falls with a flicker. Jenny able to survive with the brilliance coming through, as well as the wall is in. Judas able to grab the perfect positioning right on time for Revolution DTS. They lose onto the top lane, but they trade it out with the kill.
Yeah, as well as the turtle will be spawning. So I think they are doing pretty much decent when it comes to the team fights that is coming up. Even if C3 Meraki has more of a macro advantage, there is the engage Elgato Cat just making
Okay.
sure he is trying to buy enough time so that the jungler will be able to join
Oh,
team fights. There is Zenny onto a bad position.
take tracks onto Judas. It's gonna be the used as well. Godfather Henny able to get a kill onto the crowd. Jenny getting taken down by Elgato. The brilliance will be used as well. Gato with the flicker onto Henny will not be able to take him down. It's going to be getting caught to the midst of it all. Getting caught to the pond. It will be removed. I am will be able to take him down again. Fam still healthily available. Jenny will be taken down, but it's for the life of Elgato Cat and Agony the turtle is what C3 Meraki wants. Will they be able to get this? Because Fam with the volley shots able to get a lot of hits onto Super In, but he has the Minion Fury able to secure onto this turtle as well on the back lines. It's gonna be the Hanzo trying to dive in, but Super In will be taken down as well. Ting might be getting onto the midst of it all, might be taken down. It's gonna be the final slash onto Aki. Does have the flicker, but it's gonna be the stun coming through, and Gani would be the last one to fall down.
Oh my god. Once again, C3 Meraki, just, it was just one team fight they needed, and they are just back onto the game. Elgato Cat making sure there's the engage once again.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be an engage coming through full clip. Able to grab a kill onto Ting right now. He's trying to go for more, and he might taken down, Fam. Able to grab that kill. They're trying in. Full clip might be able to go in onto Henny as well with the brilliant ring pop. He will be walking away without them demonic foes. That is gonna be them. Able to grab another kill onto them as well. So that's trying to go in for a little bit of a compensation. Not being able to do anything about that. There's not an engage that they can come through. Fam able to walk in on time, but he might be able to dish out the damage onto the mid side. Judas might be getting caught, but he have the tracers able to walk away. But it's gonna be a chase coming through from full clip as well onto Judas. He might be taken down with the bike coming through as well. One more hit is what it takes, but no, Judas able to walk away, getting his life intact.
Yeah, and Revolution as DTX, first item priority. Okay, Agony decided to go out with the Athena shield. Kind of makes sense. You're going up against a Kimi. So I think not against a Kimi actually. It is a Lunox. So it will be providing you with the burst that the Lunox will be able to deal out onto those team fights. But Lapu Lapu already completing the Vorax as well as going for the
Oh,
Dreadnought armor full clip. Just goes back right on time. But will he be able to escape somehow? He's able to
oh,
going
sheesh.
just bait it out. The vengeance was also baited out from him.
That was a close call for them, but a lot of them is already accumulated. 2k gold into the hands of Judas right now might be in favor for them, but Elgato Kid popping out onto the previous fighters just to defend onto the bottom lane, right? That was actually quite funny because the turrets are so important, but it's just one hit away. It's G2 Meraki can take it down anytime soon, but the lore is already up, and Revolution DTS, they have the setups here, they have the priority onto the mid side too, but then again, there's a lot of boost control onto the hands of Revolution DTS right now.
Yeah, and this time the Lord is spawning, so I think
Bot lane.
will. Oh,
Oh, Danny does have the. But there might be so many fury with the flicker. Judas able to get a kill out of Vulcan right now, fam. Able to free hit right on time, trying to go for more super him taken down as well. Then he might be in trouble. One more volley shot away from being taken down. Arcade with the final blow, but this time around, Ting will be coming in into the team fight, trying to go in with the current course, not being able to take anyone down. But Judas will be taken down by Fam yet again, unstoppable for the Brutal, the boy. This Fam able to clean wiped without Ching onto C3 Meraki. Ching the only one surviving. He will not be doing anything with the Lord because this is definitely going to be a free lot taken down by Revolution DTS.
all they were needed was a really good team fight,
Yeah.
and there you go. Once again, Revolution DTS are having the advantage despite the draft advantages for the side of C3 Meraki.
Oh my god, the Texas Super M! Agony will be able to down the brilliance helping Honey to survive, but Jenny will not be able to survive for long, taken down, but they'll be successful in managing the mid lane side as well, but not for long. There's a lot of damage coming through. The mid tower will be taken down by Revolution. C3 Meraki all in shambles. Judas into the boost, trying to do something, does have the ultimate available, but will not be using it for long. Just for a clearance, he might be getting caught with the stunts coming through as well. Retribution used for him to make a walk in the park, but he's is gonna be old Revolution DTS with the dominance.
Yeah, once again, Team Revolution DTS this time around because of the itemizations they have already done out. Oh no, the flying clouds! Just
Oh,
backfire onto
jeez.
them.
Nah, man, monster kill for Fam. The young dude into the goal lane, onto the Bruno, able to make it. Danny with the final slash onto the two tanky members. There won't be a follow-up because those are not the players you need. Those are the players that would not be dying anytime soon with the amount of gold that C3 Meraki already have. But that's gonna be one more turret down onto the bottom lane for C3 Meraki. It's looking dire for them to defend Vitabi.
Yeah, and it actually looks like Revolution DTS, they are going all out to the fact that if they lose it out onto this match, they will be eliminated from the Swiss rounds as well. So
Mm-hmm.
they are taking it quite seriously. And C3 Meraki, despite they had the early game advantage, it is kind of firing for them for their side. And when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
the fight, man, this Grok, as soon as the tectonic charge lands, there will be trades and there will be blood coming up. But I think both of the sides, they will be waiting out for the Lord, which will be spawning onto the next few minutes. Looking at the itemization, Kimi already has completed most of her builds. Hanzo just goes in, but I don't think the damage is actually going to
Yeah.
be stalling enough time that M is not going to be engaging onto that team fight anytime soon. But Ching is all alone.
Oh, he might be getting caught to the miss. That's going to be the Lin Circle. And the Ventus being popped as well. One more hit is what it takes for him to be taken down right there. Aki will be connecting the final blow. That's going to be the killing spree into the hands of the Kimi right there. Revolution DTS all into the complete lead. Judas right now might be getting chased upon. That's going to be the Hanjo with the soul. Yeah, he's going to be okay. Full crit right now. He just really doesn't care because the ultimate cooldown, right? It's really, really short.
The Lord spawning. So yeah, they did buy enough time for their sides. Ching is not onto the fight. So the second liner is not there, and it might be the uncontested Lord unless Judas does make up a clutch play
Eh?
onto there. Super M is there for the vision. He might use the Morning Fury, but full clip.
Oh, and Gates coming through. That's gonna be a top. Gonna kill onto full clip right now. Danny with the final swing onto the back line is gonna be Godly Honey trying to go in for more. There's gonna be a damage extra by the chaos and the brilliant Saki taking down very low. One more here with the shutdown father. Honey will be able to grab that double kill, but he's gonna be getting taken down by Elgato Cat as well. But onto the backside, it's gonna be Elgato Cat chasing a lot of damage to the back lines. He have to flicker away, but Anthony right now trying to chase him for more Ching. Able to grab a kill onto Elgato as well, but the Lord is marching into the mid side. Two members available for the side of C3 Meraki, but just Agani with a stop onto the wall, able to stop Judas, slow him down from the Lord.
Oh my god. If they were not able to take down full clip onto that fight, then maybe
Yeah.
Cincinnati would have just lost it out onto here. But thanks to that engage, even if they didn't got the Lord, they did buy enough time for their sides. And somehow, even if after losing one of the inhibitor towers, they will be able to defend it out. So Revolution DTS once again will try to prioritize the Lord, or maybe before that, if C3 Miraki decides to engage, there might be potentially coming up onto a team fight. Full clip just goes in, but that is a Hanzo as well as him onto a bad position. This goes back, and it won't be any engages coming around. They were trying to invade onto the purple, but looks like the itemizations are most probably done. So it's almost the late phase of onto the game. The second Lord is going to be more of a priority, considering the fact it is going to be an evolved Lord.
Yeah, Evolve Lord is one of the most important right now for both of the teams here again. Yet, because they have the Lunox. Oh, never mind. Ting might have to be able to walk away, so it's gonna be an okay one. Henny, well, he's already built up the Holy Crystal, right? So there's gonna be a lot of damage. But right now, I think Fulker trying to go in for more, but he will be chunked down. A lot of low HP, so he's gonna be able to walk away, but still that was a lot of damage already into the hands of C3 Meraki. So this time around Revolution DTS, they cannot really go for a very bad engages, because there's a chance that C3 Meraki can turn the tide around, because they have the damages, but they also have the final slash that can be the game changer after all.
Yeah, and the fact that it's not just one of the engages, Im can also use out the Morning Fury, as well as Zenny can do out
Yeah.
final slashes as well as there is Ching who can just go in all in with the curtain call. So engage wise, they are definitely lot lacking. And Haney as well got the Holy Crystal as the priority. So most probably it is a full build Lonox that is going to hurt. So you need to make sure you are getting onto those team fights. You need to make sure that even if some of your members are getting taken down, you are getting enough traits that will be buying enough time for your side. But there is the fight once again.
There might be something brewing into the mid lane. There's gonna be a damage coming. Agani! But the eyes will be committed by Henny as well. The damage is done. Onto the back line. It's gonna be Zudas trying to get a damage onto Gato. He able to take him down, but Godfather Henny might be able to grab a kill, but Fam getting removed by Ching right now. Aki onto the run. Ching still trying to chase onto him. That's gonna be the immobilization coming through. Agani caught to the base of it all, might be getting in trouble, but it's gonna be Troy. Oh, it's gonna be Fulkin trying to go in for more. He's gonna be taken down very low. One more hit is one. It stays taken down very slowly. The tech charge will not be connecting, but it's gonna be killing spree for Ching right now. Aki getting back into the picture, might be able to join the team fight back again, but the Lord is what C3 Meraki wanted to focus on. This is the Lord they are willing to take fair and square without any contest.
3 for none, as well as the Lord going for the team C. Meraki.
Wow.
Something you would definitely try to avoid when the Lord is going to be up, and that will be Team C3 Meraki having more of an advantage. And this time, the Lord defense might be quite tough. The tectonic charge actually missing out was with the
Yeah.
flicker, it kind of just threw out the game for the side of Team Revolution DTS, but still, they do have the tower advantages for their side. But they need to make sure before the team fights, nobody is getting taken down, and you need to making sure that the frontliner is the one who initiates the team fights instead of the others.
Exactly right. So there's going to be a little bit of comeback that they are looking for. The mid laner, turret are gone, so only the inhibitors are still surviving for the side of Revolution DTS. But still, they are able to pop onto this Holy Blessings too. The lore onto the top lane. That's what they wanted right there. The top lane is going to be defense, but it's going to be a dive. The Ruby DD combination coming through. Henny able to get a kill onto Fam, the best member that they could find right now. The final stars coming through from Jenny as well as the per in going for more with the Midnight Fury. Able to get onto two members. There's going to be a damage coming through by Chin. Able to take Elgato down, but they're trying to go in for more. Jenny taking very low, but it's going to be Judas onto the Misavidal, able to grab a kill, but there might be still available. The base is completely wide open. Judas able to grab a kill onto the Hunter right now. The base is completely wide open. CJ Meraki against a lot. Even without the motivation to qualify, they are able to get the win. Respect for this team.
Respect definitely, as well as the fact that they will be taking down Revolution DTS with them. They are making sure if you are like, if I'm not qualifying, I'm gonna make sure you don't go onto
Yeah.
the rounds as well, and you will be going down onto the grave, and that is what happened onto this game. You know, early
Wow.
game C3 did had the control. They kind of lose it out onto the mid game, but the final Lord fight, before the Lord fight actually full clip, as well as two of the other members for the side of Team Revolution DTS going down, that was the crucial part that played a vital role for the side of Team C3 Meraki. Not just they won out onto the Lord fight, but that Ruby DD combo was the cherry on top from that Lunox.
Oh man, man, this is crazy because the thing is, the only one that they wanted to focus on was Fam, right? And wow, the last play made by Henny on Fam was definitely one of the main highlight here. But for the MVP, we have Mr. Judas under the Eastern, and of course, this guy has been. I think even though they were actually behind, he was actively performing well because he was farming all sorts of places and trying to get the level lead against full clip too, and he wasn't taken down that often too. That's kind of weird to see when you have an assassin who can dive into the backlines, and that's a well positioning coming through from him too. But if you compare to the damages that has been not the damages, the KDs or the damage, there we go, onto their hands, it's the carry, it's gonna be fair, right? He was able to grab a lot of kills onto his hands, but yeah, the last kill onto him was ending everything.
That was the crucial thing. Like, the main objective for the side of Team C3 Meraki, if you want to just go all in with the Lord, you need to make sure the major damage dealer as well as the carry for the side of Team Revolution TTS is taken down before the team fight. And that Ruby DT combo, it kind of gave me the deja vu of the M2 World Championship, and that was where was the origin of the Ruby DT combo. And cherry on top, man. Like, I absolutely love the initiation as well as the comeback from the side of Team C3 Meraki. They did make sure they did, even if they don't qualify, they will be going out with a bang, and that is what happened. Judas taking the MVP, Judas being an absolute Judas against Revolution as well.
Yeah. He's the villain. Yeah, he's the villain for Revolution. Imagine that you are playing for the qualifiers, right? And then the Revolution have 2 games. They have 2 more games. They already lost one. And if they were able to win this one, they could have gone for more and tried to win it out to qualify. But Judas happened, right? C3 Meraki happened. They were like, the only game that we are going to be winning for this qualifier round is to deny DTS for a part for the Mythic Showdown. Oh man, we're going to paint them as a villain. I'm not going to paint anyone as a villain, I'm joking, guys, but that was C3 Meraki for you, man. The first win that they have was to stop DTS from qualifying, and that kind of says that Eternal Torment will be the one who's gonna be getting qualified. So we already have 4 of our teams into the wildcard stages who's gonna be getting selected. So I think we already have what it takes, right? So do we have anything more? We have something more. That is the last match for today. So before we get into that, we will take a short break.
Yep.
Hello everyone, welcome you all back to the Mythic Showdown Season 2. This is the wildcard phase going on right now, the last match of the night and probably the last match of the entire wildcards because of course the teams are almost selected. This could be the last match. We already know Revolution DTS just played one game before this and of course it was not a good one for them, but this time around they can turn things around because they are facing Eternal Torment, but do not forget Eternal Torment are also a very good side. They just played MLOS Season 2 Grand Finals yesterday. And of course, it was against Team SAUL. And with me is my caster Debbie, who will be, of course, casting with me tonight on the last match. And Debbie, what are your thoughts going into this match? Do you think DTS can make a comeback after the recent defeat?
I mean, C3 Meraki did make like right battle because into the Mythic Showdown they haven't had a good win rate, but they were able to get a game a number onto Revolution DTS, so Revolution can do the same for Eternal Torment too. But it's still gonna be a little bit hard because, like I said, Eternal Torment they have been out there for a long while, and yeah, they were playing the finals too in MLOS, so that's also one thing worth mentioning because it means that if they can get to the finals, they are no different. They are still one of the best teams that we can have into these qualifiers, into this wildcard round so far. So yeah, we'll see how they'll be able to do because Revolution, they are also very good into their playstyle.
Definitely, Revolution X DTS, their playstyle is very aggressive. Sometimes the aggression works against them. We already saw what happened last match. It was a very, very winnable match, but some things went wrong for them. They overextended quite a bit. They made silly mistakes, and in the end, they paid the price with that defeat. Their dreams, though, for making it to the main stage, the Swiss stage, is still alive. But to do that, they have to go through Eternal Torment, who are not going to make their, of course, their way easy. It's going to be only harder right now for them. And with that Eternal Torment right now banning out their last hero, let's see what it is. They already banned out 2 side laners. Another ban could be coming up. And if you look at the previous draft, Lapu Lapu still remains open. Even the R-Lot is still open. Lot of heroes still open and up for grabs. Even the Yuzong is open. Esmeralda, oh my god, so many options to choose from. But they go for the Grok instead, which is, I feel like, a very good choice as well if you want to ban out a hero. But yeah, taking out the CC is, I think, a very good option in my opinion.
Yeah, CC is already almost always has to be the first ban, right? Into the first race, you've got to ban out the. But even the Zushin is still there. But the fact that Eternal Torment are the one banning very this early, I don't know, because to be honest, I don't really think Elgato can usually go for a FOVS. Most of the time it's kind of situational, but we'll see how they'll be. Gimme is the first pick right now for Revolution, and directly Eternal Torment, they go for the higher booster.
Yep, Kimi, of course, not the most prio pick, but I also don't know, Debbie, what Revolution is thinking right now. Yeah. On the other side, they have picked up this Hayabusa. I feel like Hayabusa is definitely a good one against the Kimi, and it is definitely something that can shut down Kimi. But another pick that could show up here is the Farsa, which could outrange the Kimi and make life only harder. But yeah, let's see if it comes up this time around. They have not really picked it up in the first few picks, but yeah, they do not want to keep this Farsa if they want to pick it up for the next round because it might definitely get banned by the side of Revolution.
Oh wow. Now that I think about it, Lapu Lapu is still going to be a flex, but still, the Esmeralda can become a flex if Lapu is a flex. So, very brainy, very brilliant of Revolution to go for the Esmeralda directly. But the Lancelot is a safer choice of a hero that you want to go for. So, the first half can be very squishy here now that they have the Lancelot. So, they have to drag down onto the mate pick just a little bit. But Nathan against Gimme. And a Lancelot, I don't know, man. The Nathan is kind of vulnerable against Lancelot because we can see into the Yellowstone games also. Even though one out, it was very hard to handle.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Nathan is definitely a very hard to handle kind of marksman, especially when he gets farmed. But at the same time, it might fire back against you if he does not get farmed. So yeah, very risky pick indeed. But yeah, that's what Eternal Torment have decided to go for tonight. They have not really thought of going for that mid lane before it gets banned. But yeah, if the side of Revolution X GTS do not ban out the Farsa, then it is the way to go for, according to me. But seems like they'll be going for the Hilda ban instead, as they do not want this Lancelot to get troubled. But at the same time, it's actually a very good pick for the Hayabusa as well, because he will also be kind of course, having a sigh of relief that the Hilda will not trouble his jungle as well.
Exactly. And to be honest, about the recent buff that's been making her have a lot of damage too, and she survived for a long time. So you're gonna remove that hero. Gatot Gata is kind of a no-brainer because you wanted to remove all the Gatot because you kind of want a marksman into your side. So maybe Revolution DTS might want to play a marksman into the gold lane this time around because they want to go against the Natan too. But still, the Kimi with the Kimi available, the Yusushin can still be coming through. No, it cannot because Lancelot is already there. But yeah, they can flex onto the fighter into the gold steal, but I would like a gold lane into the hands of Fam, the marksman. Never mind, they want the Paquito. Flap Teasy.
Oh. Mm-mm. Definitely giving me those Flap TZ vibes as well. Hopefully, they perform. Of course,
Gold
like Flap
lane.
TZ, yeah, like the Flap TZ does. Otherwise, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Even though it looks like the side of Revolution X GTS, it just looks like they are very tanky. They are not that tanky because I have experienced with these heroes that Minotaur is definitely not the tank that we claim it to be. It is more of a support plus tank, right? So it's not really that
Uh-huh.
tanky. Esmeralda needs those items. Paquito is not meant to be a frontliner at all. It's not supposed to be played that way. So
Uh-huh.
Revolution X GTS, they're really going in for this highly executional draft, and they cannot really rely on the hero itself. So yeah, it will really depend on how you press those buttons perfectly instead of relying on just your hero to be doing this stuff themselves. But at the same time, Eternal Torment, they finally come to their right minds. The Farsa that Revolution X GTS did not even
Wow.
think of, I guess, has finally showed up, like I said. And Eternal Torment are already looking better in terms of draft, according to me. But what are your thoughts, Debbie?
I hate the Paquito into the goal, to be honest, but yeah. Now that they have the Kimi into the mid, can play around the Kimi, it's gonna be okay. But Fam, this guy could be onto the marksman. Come on, he can play the Granger here. It could have been okay. Of course, we know that the Granger is gonna be weak against us, but still, this is the last match they're gonna be playing to the qualifiers round, into the wildcard round, so you gotta be going all in. But nevertheless, for Eternal Torment, I kind of like the draft that they're coming through, but the Farsa might still be very vulnerable to the picks coming through from DTS already because the Lancelot is definitely one of the most annoying hero when you play the Farsa. Still, with the way he can be able to survive with the flicker, so yeah, I feel like Kai is more he's more interested in flickering away from the Lancelot rather than purifying Agony onto the minion Fury.
Yep. And Mr. Ray, he always kinds of complains about the Esmeralda being on a purify. This time around, if he was here, he would
Wow.
definitely be very happy to see El Gato Cat not doing what he hates, because he's on a vengeance, and the
Yeah.
vengeance could work really well, especially against the Natan, because you know how the Natan can shred you down before you know it. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
with that, let's see what is going to happen tonight. Revolution X GTS up against Eternal Torment. And honestly, I'm not really I'm not really willing to give up on Revolution X GTS yet. Even if they lost the last game, they are definitely down in morale. But yeah, I feel like Full Clip has his hands on the Lancelot, and even if I won't say you should do it, but going for a Kimi first pick does kind of, I'll say, reflects the confidence that they have on Aki, I guess. So yeah,
Yeah.
in a positive note of light, or positive light of note, whatever it is, I feel like
Okay.
Revolution X BTS are coming into this match really hopeful that they could win it.
Mhm.
And like I said before, Eternal Torment is not going to let that happen so easily. But
Yep.
yeah, hopefully we get a nice game where it's neck to neck instead of a one-sided domination.
That's what we all want, and Mythic Showdown, Predator, and of pendulum effects, back and forth move that we have seen in the first game, right? Between Meraki and Revelation DTS. So I'm expecting another one here, but Eternal Torment, they look like they have the better draft into the later part into the early game as well. So let's see how they'll be able to fare it out, because ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Mythic Showdown Season 1. This is the wildcard stage, the last match for the wildcard stage best of one series. Eternal Torment will be going against Revolution DTS.
Definitely the two teams that we have all been waiting for to finish off this wildcard stage are playing here tonight. And we already saw what Full Clip can do on that Lancelot. If you remember pretty well, I mean, if the
Yep.
audience here remembers it pretty well. But yeah, once again, we're going to see if that will happen or something else might pop up. Oh my goodness, Khalid could be in trouble in very, very early on. He's not still using the flicker, finally uses it,
Wow.
forces it out. Puni as well, just providing the backup to his roamer. And man, that is not what should happen. Your jungler should not be the one helping the roamer. It should be the roamer instead. But yo, the Khalid just wants to play dangerous.
Yeah, that's the Aladdin, by the way, with the magic carpet. Still, the Blitos contest will still be available, but Puni able to grab that, and I don't think Full Clip is trying to take it down either. But one thing I'm actually interested about is the lane, right? The Paquito versus the Nathan. I've never seen this kind of combination, and this Nathan is on a Purify, by the way, for Rinosen and Fam for the first time in a while. I've seen him onto the Fighter too. A quick check onto the emblem for especially for Mr. Paquito. He go for the killing spree, and like I said, like I thought, so it's gonna be the 1v1 stuff that he wants into the lane. So a little bit of a movement with a little bit of damage and lethal ignition for him to go for that 1v1 as well. So he want to shut down the Nathan as much as possible, but the question is, will it work?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Will it work? Of course, like I said, highly executional stuff that we have to expect here from Revolution. And I'm not really liking the killing spree as well. On the Hayabusa, I'm more of a Warcry Hayabusa, kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
But let's see if Puni is able to pull off something here with this Hayabusa killing spree or not. Oh, look at that. The bravest fighter already getting used here. Feathered airstrike onto full clip.
Wow.
1 HP escape.
Oh,
Puni gets a turtle as well. Eternal Torment are really tormenting Revolution right now, and they want to take down somebody. And they're not really
whoa,
fighting anybody, but Fam out of nowhere finds the first target.
wow.
Now he might be the one falling down instead. The Khalid uses his ult to save that Farsa there. But yo, that is a kill on a Paquito, and Fam is already looking to, take down anyone that comes in front of him.
Yeah, he's so ready with the full cycle
Oh.
to for the right. Agony, man. There was such an agony for him to taken down and with just one strike. Oh man, you do not want to get solo as a tank by the mates, but there's gonna be one kill onto the hands of Kai onto that Farsa here. But the turtle fight was actually amazing for Revolution, but Fam, not Revolution, Eternal Torment, but Fam turned the tide around with
Oh.
that one kill. But top lane,
Something happening, brewing up the top side. Nothing comes out of it though. Just some poking game happening onto full clip, I would
uh-huh.
say. But man, take a look at Farm. He's actually trying his best
Yeah,
to dominate the lane. He does not really have the range, but the thing is, he's using his
it
dashes
was.
perfectly to just
Uh-huh.
try and cover the distance and dish out some damage onto that Nathan. But yo, he might be in trouble here. 2v1 gang coming in, it seems. But there seems to be a lack of communication and things to turn around. But oh my goodness. There definitely seemed to be a lack of communication there because the follow up from Renascent did seem to be a little bit late.
Uh-huh.
But I think that is just enough for now for Dylan Tolman to be happy about because, yo, they did not at least lose a member there.
That's one. And the fact that they wasted out the flicker onto Prime Papu too, that was definitely one point. But for the airstrike, just for the
Whoa.
zoning. Shadow?
Oh my goodness, what's happening here? Aki could fall,
What?
but yo, there were no shadows,
Oh!
but top side! Renascent has fallen to farm. This 14-year-old guy, definitely, his parents did the right thing by giving the phone into his hands.
Aha! For the first time, right? We are gonna be seeing
Yeah.
that. 1.2.
W parents.
W parents! W fan parents! But hey, Pedro, look at that!
Oh my goodness, let's see who get this turtle. Puni escapes with the shadows. But yo,
Wow.
Tatakai will fall there. He did try his best to escape though, but yeah, he just gotta keep fighting the name itself. But oh my goodness, Renascent! He's just able to surprise everyone off camera because yo, the last kill was off camera as well. So why do I
Yeah,
not
that's
take the
right.
kill off camera? Just revenge stuff happening here.
And I feel like it's more of Fam being caught off guard onto that side with a low HP because he did not recall. But yeah, that was a perfect momentum for Renas, and right now he's able to make a comeback. Looking at the build so far, already enchanted talisman onto the Elgato cat, so he'll be able to spend onto the skills as much as possible. But for the Falsa, though, not damage still available for him, and Hayabusa might be trying to go in for a little bit of a damage onto the Hunter Strike too, but we'll see because Fam is already reached and War is already accumulated by the Lancelot full crit right now, so he might be able to be the one dishing out a lot of damage too. And for a fun fact, even though Renaissance might eventually have a little bit of a gold lead, it did not matter. It will not be mattering for Paquito, right? Because when he have one item, he'll be able to get a kill onto Renaissance most of the time. They are going at it again, top
Oh,
lane!
oh my goodness. Like you just said, I mean, you speak of the devil and he's there, and oh my goodness, bro, what
Yep.
is happening here? Innocent being taken down twice off cam once again. Oh, this time around, Khalid could fall though. Oh, he uses the flicker to escape, and he will just eat up sand and get back all that. But they gotta shut down Fam here because Fam is definitely having the time of his life in the goal lane, playing this Paquito. He's on 3 kills. I don't really know if he
Yeah.
picked up the Sky Piercer already or not, but if he picks up the Sky Piercer and keeps getting kills like this, then I
Uh,
think the Natan has to go for a Sky Piercer. Sorry, a Wind of Nature. But oh my goodness, here, take a look
what?
at Super Prime Papu. He will just fall into the hands of the Lancelot. Full clip here, having one. Oh my goodness, another performance coming in
What?
here from this Parsa. The Feather Strike takes down. Actually, it's full clip who's getting taken down here by Puni. And Tatakai, he still wants to keep fighting against El Gato. Not a wise decision, but yo, this turtle could go into the hands of Eternal Torment once again.
Yeah, we have to focus onto the goal lane. We just look at Paquito Bam, man. I think he's trying to he's trying to do an Empress, but yeah, I see. I mean, it's already read out by Prime Papu, so he'll be actually safe. Aki right now might have to walk inside onto the base so as not be getting caught by Kai here. But now, like you mentioned, the turtle is already up, and both of the teams are not really ready to start it
Mm-mm.
down soon. But there might be a little bit of a something brewing here because Egoni is spotted on. He's alone.
Uh-uh. Agoni is still trying his best to provide vision. Goes in
What?
for the flicker. But oh my goodness, it has not landed perfectly. Farm will be the one getting clapped back first. And there comes the Oogie Shadow kill. Does not really take down anyone. Elgato Cat instead takes down Tatakai. And now the Khalid is trying to escape. He does not have his sand. And look at that. He uses the quick sand guard. Agoni gets taken down instead. And Puni will be the one securing that kill. Elgato Cat overextension on the part of Revolution X DTS, and they will pay the price with those kills. But now, Full Clip trying to come in for something special. Who gets the retribution? It's Full Clip, who gets it, but there is still the shadow onto
Oh my
Full Clip.
god.
But yo, Puni, what is that?
You got, oh my god, that was full clip of an aura, you know what I mean? Clip aura.
Yeah.
That's onto the turtle too. But hey, bottom lane secured by Renaissance. But that fight, that was actually awkward for Agony to go in like that when the team is not really around. It could have been good if Fam was still, but Super Prime Papu.
Uh-oh. He's still
Okay.
eating sand though. Dude, does Fam actually want to go in for him? Oh. Now though,
Uh,
they're trying to pressure on the mid lane. Puni, not a right place to put your shadow because Farm could come in, and yes, Farm strikes once again, but Puni strikes back with a clean spree onto Aki. But that is still not enough damage done. They still need to take down the main member, which is Farm. But yo,
wow.
they take down Super Prime Papu once again, and I feel like he has to eat more sand because the sand is eating really not enough at the moment.
The fact that they give out the Sky Piercer into the hands of the Kimi onto Aki instead of Fam, and Kimi is the one without the kills, and Fam is the one with most kill is definitely humorous here. But
Uh-oh.
top bottom lane.
What is happening there? Too much
What?
action to
Even
be
top.
covering. But yo, Kai,
Kai?
he finds the angle. Does he have the feathered air strike?
Oh,
Yes, he does.
Tatakai!
He uses the feathered air strike and he
Fam!
gets the kill onto Farm off cam once again. And for some
Oh my
reason,
god.
it just seems like the camera does not like to display Farm getting clapped. But yo, right now, 3v4 happening here. Oh my goodness, they land with a falling star moon. And here comes Full clip. He wants to take down Rinesen, but will Rinesen be the one taking down? Yes, he
What?
does. Full clip falls into the hands of Rinesen. Kai arrives, but he's too late to the party. Will not be able to pick up any scraps. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, take a look at Puni. He takes down towers, but he could be losing his own life right now. Does he want to overextend here? Oh, yes, he does. And oh my goodness, will he come in clutch here? My goodness, what is he doing here? He
What?
is going inside the enemy jungle area. For him, though, luckily nobody is there. But oh, seems
Oh.
like 1v1 happening here. And Elgato Cat could be in trouble. Will he be the one taking it down instead? It seems. Oh my goodness, Elgato Cat!
Ooh,
He takes a 3v1 fight and takes down Renascent. What a play that was.
that was an Esmeralda, by the way. Care with the seals that he have and the damage already coming through from Renaissance. He don't care because he have two items, right? The Sternum side with the true
Whoa.
damage also as well, and the thing and the Feather of Heaven. It doesn't really matter. Tataka is invisible, by the way. I think he
Oh my
left.
god, what just happened to this Lapu Lapu man? How did he become
He vanished.
Natalia?
He vanished, man. He's maybe it's in Natalia, and we aren't sure. Anyways, oh my god, there was a little bit of a commendable gameplay coming through from Miss Latina. Yeah, I almost said Lantina, man. What the hell? El Gato Cat. Wait, it's so humorous that his name is El Gato Cat and he's using Latina woman.
Yo, yeah,
Spanish Latina.
very Latina of him to do that, I would say.
Yeah,
But
that's
yo,
what El Gato.
while the game is paused, it is really nice to take a look at the position of these guys because yo, if you see the way where the place where they're standing right now, it seems
Uh-huh.
like the mid lane is where the side of Revolution X GTS is trying to put pressure. But let's
Mm-hmm.
see if they do that or not. The fact that Eternal Torment has already taken down that turret is the mid
Mm-hmm.
lane tier 1 is actually providing them with more control over the map. But as
Yeah.
the game progresses in Revolution X GTS, they will have to pay the price because having that mid lane exposed just gives the enemy the opportunity to flank you down. And take a look
That's
at
true.
the way Khalid approaching towards the back line. He's trying to target the Kimi. The Kimi could be the one taking him down instead, and yes, he
What?
does. But take a look at Tatakai. He takes down full clip. And now Puni, he does want retribution on time, and yes, he connects this time. Puni strikes, and with that, they have taken down the Lord, Eternal Torment, playing a really objective game. And meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
this dangerous grass is actually kind of beneficial here for Fam because he can try to ambush, but yo, Eternal Torment are just way too good at their map game, so they're not really going to
Uh-huh.
get caught off that easily.
That's exactly what they're gonna be doing. The fact that the most damage taken was into the side of El Gato Cat is also very commendable because he's an Esmeralda, so he was able to get that damages. And here also, even the gold ranking is he's still out there with Fam. And Paquito, you would have thought that you might not be able to keep up with the marksman who's been farming the ball leading.
Whoa,
But hey,
whoa.
Lord.
And yo, the Lord in the mid lane, but like I was saying, Farsa always keeps on zoning out. But oh, what is this Handman doing here? He almost got taken down, but there comes the Esmeralda trying to strike back with that ultimate of hers, but does not really get too many kills or too many damage out there. But yo, take a look at Farm. His positioning is very good. He wants to go in for engaging onto the Farsa. He will definitely try to strike down Kai, and he does.
One
One
more.
more could fall here. It could be the Sandman falling down this time around. But oh, the sandboard just helps him escape for now. He'll eat back sand and get back all that HP once again. But yo,
Uh-huh.
Farm has been playing like he should.
Yeah. Sure, the Paquito would have thought that the only marksman that he's been using will not be appearing, but it has to be the Paquito. But still, he was able to make it work, able to get a kill off the camera onto Puni as well, onto the boosters. Right now, they are trying to focus onto the
Oh,
mid lane. Look at that.
yeah, they're trying their best to take down this mid lane from so long, but this time Elgato Cat is taking a lot of damage. Puni has
Oh,
used every single thing that he had, but Full
what?
Clip comes in and strikes back. The kill has went into the hands
Fam?
of
Oh,
Fam once again. He comes in with a killing spree. Aki as well, dishing out a lot of damage, and this time around, they will get the objective that they were looking for. Elgato Cat just zoning them out, but oh, he's taking a lot of hits as well. But yo, that should not be a problem because he will just heal back up with the help of the Minotaur. Meanwhile, topside farm is in the bush. It does not seem like Rinosen is aware. But yo, they do not try to take any more fights there. Hayabusa just committed with the
yep.
Shadow kill, but does not really find anyone. And yeah, that's all that's happened for now. But yo, full clip pushing down the bottom side. He wants to create the macro threat on the other side because he
Uh-huh.
just saw the enemies on the top side. Meanwhile, oh, goal difference as we can see right now.
Uh-huh. It's been very consistently until the spam. It's not around 1K or something like that. It's a little bit of a old hundreds, and it's still already almost in favor of the side of fam. And the fact that even if have the goal lead, it was completely okay because this is the fighter with the damage until his hand that he's already gotten the three core items that he's requiring, and he was able to get a solo kills most of the time. That was completely bonkers, but still he have more damage done onto the other members than the Nathan, which is quite surprising to say the least because after all, if you see the way that Fam has been playing, it's more of him going from the back lines, getting an assassination, getting back, and just doing
Oh,
this game back. Another one solo kill onto the tank, by the way.
yeah. What was the Khalid doing there? I don't really know. But yo, oh my goodness, that was a very good move there from
What?
Aki. He actually goes in. He knew that there was the Hayabusa and Natan standing on his face. He still goes in and takes down the Farsa. What is this confidence
Whoa!
being shown here by Revolution X DTS? Just to remind you guys, yesterday SNUL played the final with Eternal Torment. Eternal Torment were defeated 4-0. They do not want to lose against a team that's made up of teenagers. Revolution X GTS, definitely they're newcomers to the scene and they're already dominating. And this is,
Uh-huh.
of course, it's a good news here for Revolution X GTS. But for the other side, Eternal Torment, I just hope they do not get disheartened.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because now that they already have a damage built onto the hands of the Nathan, which means that they'll be able to play for him. And he already gotten the Holy Crystal, which is the most important item, as well as the penetration for the Elgato Cat also onto the Esmeralda. I think it's gonna be okay for Renison to stay into the back and dish out the damages, so that cannot really happen because of Fam. Fam is always diving into the backline trying to get the damage done, and the fact that he already got the BOD too, Fredo, that is also the biggest factor that he has been able to get all those kills.
Yep. Oh my God, 5
What?
from that agony there, and there will be a double kill for Farm. They want to go in for more. Full clip gets taken down though. The trade that they will have to suffer. But yo, Kai all alone. But
Wow.
yeah, they will not try and end the game. They will try to go for this tier 2 instead. Meanwhile, Renaissance and Kai have to defend all these things at once. I don't think that's happening tonight. Renaissance and Kai, they're trying their best, but they will get
Wow.
deleted. They will get busted down by Farm. Shutdown secured, but what can you do? Because you are not there on the map. The enemy is wiped out. Revolution X GTS are signing off in glory tonight.
Oh my goodness, that was a glory that they are looking for. Revolution X Dante say that was amazing performance coming through from Fam as well as the team. But hey, we would have thought that it could have been an easy game for Eternal Torment with the picks that they already have. They have a good damage onto their side. They have an early game, they have a late game. But how well can you play the early game or the late game when there is always a disruptor onto your backlines, aka Fam? Was this the Paquito onto the gold lane, by the way. That's the first time we have seen a Paquito making its appearance into the tournament, especially in War Drums in Mythic Showdown. And that too, it's not the XP or the jungle, it's the gold into the hands of a teenager, by the way, and they are able to make it work. There was amazing gameplay coming through from Fam. Who would have thought that it was gonna be a good counter against Nathan?
Definitely. I mean, nobody even thinks of picking up a fighter against the Nathan because you know that he's always going to use his entropy to get away. But the only thing that you can ensure is cover the distance, burst him down before he can even use his ultimate. So yeah, with that, that's why Farm just went in for the Nathan and he definitely executed it so well. His teammates definitely backed him up because Paquito always plays from the back. He waits for the right moment to strike, and that's exactly what Revolutionary GTS used the Paquito for. They always went in for the engage first, waited for the enemy to get low, and that's when Farm went in for the punches, and always, the punches always landed very heavily. It was an uppercut, and the enemy took it very well. But of course, if you take the uppercuts well, then you're gonna get knocked out, my friend, and that's exactly what happened tonight. But with that, Debbie, we're not gonna have any post draft, so we can wrap it up. Revolution X GTS have won tonight's match. If you do want to know who are the ones qualifying for the wildcards, then you do not want to forget to check out the Instagram post that will be posted, because that will be the update of who will be qualifying from the wildcards and representing their team on to the actual Mythic Showdown, which starts with the Swiss stage in a couple of days. If you want to find out what the dates are, then come on, guys, go and check it out on our social media. And with that, we'll be taking leave for tonight. Good night, everyone, and thank you for watching with the Mythic Showdown on War Drum Games YouTube channel. See you again. Until next time.